Well, we're gonna go on to the next person. This guy's not even responding. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone who's coming in from Dean's stream, type in the comment section. You know, I love it. I appreciate it. Tap that screen. Share the live. I appreciate it, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 35.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, I'll vote for Trump.
Why so?
I'll give you a couple reasons, and then I hear you respond. Um, Number one, like I'm rich, not rich, but I make good money, so his tax code benefits me. And then we got a bunch of illegal immigrants coming. I mean, yeah, they're hard workers, but they take the jobs. I was watching some stuff on Fox, and like literally, they built like a staircase over the wall, like fast. I mean, they're hard workers. They're taking all our jobs.
Dean got a
There's too
perm
many of
ban,
them.
by the way, everyone. And again, so if you think that people who are immigrating to the country are stealing jobs, right? I'm going to ask you this question, right? What do you consider stealing?
Well, they work harder than a lot of us. I mean, it is what it
So
is.
they're out competing
And
you.
then,
That's not stealing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're
If
hard
anything,
working.
they're
I
being
mean, they're getting
stolen
us.
from because under the system, right, the capitalists are able to exploit them more because there's no minimum wage laws.
I get you. And then, well, like one other big point I really want to make is, okay, so it's the taxes, the immigration. Man, dude, I had another point for you, and it was a big one. Crap.
So if you want to reference the taxes, right, you're okay with taking money from poor people as long as it benefits you?
Well, it happens. But hold on,
You're
another
okay
thing
with taking money from poor people to get a little bit of extra tax money.
I
So what
mean,
you can upgrade your car to like the newest year.
I mean, making America great again.
He
And
said
then,
Lamborghini, I want two of them.
hey, but so you got the taxes, and then the other part that I think is a big deal, like I said, taxes, immigration, and then he wants to do complete
Wait, immigration. Trump said,
indemnification.
blame me if the border bill fails, and the border bill failed. Appreciate the paper
Well,
crate. Thank you so much. He didn't want to support the border bill because he didn't want to
well,
make Biden look good, and he didn't want
well,
the Ukraine funding. We got the Ukraine funding anyway, so all it was is just because he didn't want, right, Biden to look good. So are
and
you
then
okay with that?
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Then you got complete indemnification of the police. So if
Wait,
it,
Biden didn't do that, by the way.
no, no, Trump's trying to do that. Trump's trying to indemnify all the police, and I think if he
Oh, I
does
don't know what you
that,
mean by that. I thought you meant condemning.
no, indemnification of the police, he supports indemnification of the police. That means
And
that
what does that
even
mean?
if
I'm
they,
not quite sure.
it basically means that even if they violate somebody's rights, you can't go after them, and it gives them complete. Uh,
Yeah, where did he
pro-
support that policy?
what does Trump support it?
You said Trump supports that policy?
Trump supports complete indemnification of
Wait, that's
the
terrible.
police. It is horrible, and I'm really
So why do
honestly,
you
I'm
why do you
just
want to vote for him given that being true?
I honestly, I love you, Parker, and I'm just trolling. Those are three things why
Okay,
you shouldn't
okay.
vote for him.
Yeah, W, dude. Honestly. I was like, what? Okay, well, good. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's get this next person up here, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. He did fool me, too. I'm not going to lie. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
29.
Yeah, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Nah, I can't vote. I'm a felon.
But you would vote for Trump.
Nah, I wouldn't vote for neither one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting. Interesting. Send a guest request if you will vote for Trump, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Let's get this next person up here real quick, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Do tap that screen. Do share the live, y'all.
If you will.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
43.
Yeah, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
I might.
And why is that?
Better than
Yo,
Biden.
Robert, thank you for the epic GG. Thank you so much, Robert. I really appreciate it. What's the reason?
Everybody's better than Biden.
And why is he better than Biden?
All kinds of things. Look at inflation. Look at the price gouges.
Appreciate the money gun. Thank you so much, Icy Pain. What makes you think that Biden caused the gas prices and inflation to be this way?
Because pretty much as soon as he took presidency, pretty much everything went up. I understand COVID and all that stuff came around. I get it, you know, all
Thank you,
that
Chase
money
the
that they
Dream.
gave
Thank you
out
so
with
much.
government checks and shit like that, but still.
Yeah, so I
Price
would just ask you
gouging
this question.
happened with Biden.
Yeah, so do you know what correlation causation fallacies are?
No, I don't. I really don't get into politics all that much.
Yeah. So this is a statistical claim. This is about the field of statistics. So it is the case that just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. For example, under Trump's administration, there was 14.7% unemployment. But we don't believe that this unemployment was caused by Trump. Why? Because COVID and other extraneous factors, right, led to this occurring. Right. Similarly, under the context of Biden's administration, it is the case that clearly we could say the same thing. Right. There are other types of variables that likely explain this.
So, I mean, yeah, he thought that COVID was a hoax at first. Yeah. He didn't really do too much about it because he thought it was a joke. Yes, I kind of agree with that, whatever. But once he saw it wasn't a joke, then he did something about it. And it makes any sense.
Wait, say that one more time? I don't know what you were trying to say there.
I said pretty much he thought that the COVID was a hoax at first.
But you mean
when
Trump?
it first came out. Yes, he thought it was pretty much a joke at first. But after he realized that it was real, then he did something about it.
He said that he tried to downplay it the whole time. That's what he said about himself.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I don't care who's in the office, anything's better than Biden, no, because like I said, inflation, as soon as Biden took place of the office,
Wait, I have a question.
Inflation went skyrocket.
Yeah, and that's
how much
not
is the
caused
gallon
by
milk?
Biden.
Like
That's
what, $5?
Jeremy, that's not caused by Biden, right? There was global gas inflation. There was global inflation. That's not caused by Biden.
Yeah, because he shut down oil wells as soon as he took office.
Not
He
at
shut
all.
it down
Not
the
at
next
all.
day.
Not at all. Right? He stopped permits for future drilling on federal lands, which he brought back, and it's also the case that he prevented the permits specifically for the Keystone XL pipeline, right? Which again, that was already blocked up by the courts for like a decade or so before, right? And that's because of ecological concerns and like a treaty with indigenous people over that particular land. So like, I mean, there are clear reasons for these things. We actually produce more oil in the U.S. than we did under Trump's administration. So this idea that like Biden made it so that we produce no oil is ridiculous. We're the leading producer of oil in the world under Biden's administration, right? And actually of all time.
Okay, so explain the price gouging. Like I said, can't even buy my kids a thing of bread because it costs like $4 for a loaf of bread. Come on, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree that is ridiculous.
That's
but
ridiculous.
I 100% agree that is ridiculous. But I don't think that's specifically caused by Biden. I think we're misdiagnosing this here.
Nah, just seems like ever since Biden took office, that pretty much, you know, I know there's
That's
a
a
lot of stuff that led up
correlation
to
fallacy.
it, but still.
Correlation causation fallacy. Just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. During summertime, right, there's an increase in violent crime. And there's also an increase in ice cream consumption. Does that mean the increase in ice cream consumption causes the increase in violent crime?
Well, I didn't know anything about no ice cream consumption. Just even during the summertime, you got crime in anywhere you go.
Yeah,
That's never stopped there. It's never going to stop.
and it's not related to the ice cream consumption, correct?
That I don't know. I never heard of that before.
Okay,
that's
so
my first time hearing about that.
Obviously, it wouldn't be related, but it's just two things that are associated with each other because they happen around the same time.
Okay, well.
Okay, do you think the election was stolen in 2020?
Crime does happen. I mean, you can't stop it. It's been going on. It's just media puts it out there more because we got social media everywhere. It's probably been going on. We just weren't aware of it like we are now. Because of media, because of computers, because of news and all that stuff. There's more access to understand what's going on, say, from here to China. We have more understanding what's going on in China now because of social media. Everybody got phones now. Everybody's got TikTok. Everybody's got Twitter. Everybody's got Facebook. So
yeah, but that doesn't help out
everything.
people's reasoning skills. So people have greater access to information but we have an issue with people deciphering that information, right? Because they're not critical, right? Because they don't know how to differentiate the data, right? And that's an issue because we've socialized people to accept things without reason, right? That's what leads to the prevalency of misinformation in a society in which we are the most informed out of any other generation that has ever existed in the history of any existence that we've been able to identify.
Well, it's just
Make
using
sense?
China as an example. Same as every other country out there.
Okay, so do you think the election was stolen in 2020?
That, no.
No? So you think that
I
Trump is
disagree with that.
So you think Trump is just not able to accept the results of a fair and democratic election?
Pretty much, yeah, he just threw a fit because pretty much he didn't get in there. And he tried to overthrow the government.
And you want to vote for him?
I said I would not. I don't know if I'm going to vote for him. I just have to
No,
see
you
who's
said that
up
he's
for
better
what.
than Biden,
Look at
and
that.
he's undermined our
He is
American
better than
democracy,
Biden.
and you believe he specifically tried to overthrow our government, and you still want to vote for him over Biden?
I mean, what else other choices we have besides
Biden.
4 more years of bullshit?
Biden. Yeah, I would prefer 4 more years of bullshit than 4 more years of Donald fucking Trump, dude.
Where everybody's entitled to their own pain.
And you would prefer a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, an election denier, someone that, under your view, incited an insurrection at the Capitol, right? Tried to overthrow the government under your view.
And it's been proven fact that he tried to overthrow the government and he threw a temper because he
Curtis,
lost.
thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Curtis.
I do agree that he had everybody walking down to the Capitol, violated the Capitol, busted
Wait,
it
regardless.
up.
Wait,
He
regardless
just
of
said
that.
walk
I'm
to
not.
it,
I'm not
he didn't
disputing
say
anything like
violated.
that. I'm just saying when I say under your view, I'm just specifying, right? Because some people would be like, "Oh, you're just superimposing that on the other person." But I'm just, implying here that we've already established that.
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, how
Are
many
you pro-choice?
Pro-choice? Yes.
Yeah, so Trump put multiple Supreme Court judges in office with the explicit reason of them overturning Roe versus Wade. They overturned Roe versus Wade, and it led to literally tens of millions of women having a restriction in access to abortion, along with 13-year-olds in this country being forced to go through pregnancies.
And I was against that. I think they should have Roe versus Wade. I know they're shutting down their abortion agencies, which is they should have kept that open because at least girls would have had a healthier way of doing it. I don't believe in abortion, but if it helps them in certain situations to discard the child safely without harming themselves, then yeah, go for it.
So
I don't
again,
believe in it myself, but that's their choice.
yeah. So again, the point is that like you want to preserve their right to choose. Trump is going against their right to choose. So why do you want to vote for him?
I just want inflation to calm down. I don't care
Yeah,
who's in
and
office.
what is Trump going to do to cause inflation to go down?
I don't know. I haven't checked that stats yet. I haven't
then-
looked at all that yet.
So then what makes you think he's going to do that? I think again you're just like you're running with this conclusion that just because one thing is associated with another that means it caused it. Like Biden came into office, inflation went up, therefore you're attributing that to Biden, right? Which would make no sense to do. Like for
Kind of
example,
Biden and the government at the same time. Because Biden, all he does is sign bills. The government makes all the choices. He just signs the bills to pass them, deny them, or pass them. That's his only job as president.
So then why do you think that there are more jobs than that? But why do you think that he caused inflation then?
Pretty much because the government told him to. He signed all the bills for everything.
The government
He
told him
signed it.
the government told him to cause inflation?
He signs everything the government tells him to.
Yeah, so he doesn't sign everything the government tells him to necessarily. Like he can
Almost
choose
everything.
not, he can choose not to sign it, right? But he is probably going to sign pieces of legislation that pass because he wants to ensure that people have access to needed resources, right? But
Correct.
that would be the same thing for Trump. So I don't see how you're attributing this to be better under the context of Donald Trump somehow than it would be with a Biden administration.
No, my eyes are both bullshit regardless.
If you think that they're both bullshit,
Either way.
Which one's a bigger piece of bullshit, right? That's kind of the question I'm asking. I'm not saying Joe Biden's a great guy. What I'm saying is that he's
Biden's
less of a
very
piece
much
of
making
shit,
bullshit.
right? What's up?
He's the biggest piece of shit out there.
No, the Trump is definitely a bigger piece of shit.
So I mean, yeah, they raided his hotel and all that, or his house in Florida because he took
He was
files and all that
willfully
stuff.
retaining
Yeah.
documents, whereas Biden specifically told them.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes, correct. I did see that on the news and all that stuff and everything he's doing. He's been impeached quite a few times. You know, he's been raided, but he's just that type of person that ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. And on top of that, he's not a politician. He's a businessman.
He is by definition a politician.
Kind of, sort of, yes and no.
No, by definition, he's a politician.
What makes you say that he's a politician? Yeah, he got into politics, yes.
Lee,
but
thank you for the
he's
$4.20.
a businessman.
Can you define politician for me, please?
Politician is somebody that's been pretty much running for offices, running in the government, pretty much went to school for it to learn everything they had to learn.
So they're
law
in the
and all that
government.
stuff,
Did
etc.
Trump have a job in government?
No, he had the towers.
The
He had
president.
casinos.
The president is a job in government.
Well, he did get in office, yeah, because a lot of
Is
people
he
voted for him,
involved
because
in
a
the
lot of people
political?
loved him.
Is he involved in politics?
He is involved in politics, but he's not a politician, really.
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. Is he running for
That's
political
a
office?
50-50.
Is he running
Yes,
for
he is
political
running
office?
for office. Yes, he's
So
trying to
that
run
is
for
by
office. right now,
definition
yes.
a politician. He's running for political office.
Yeah, I'll read in the comments real quick. Yes, he is running for office, yes. But he was a businessman before he did all that.
Okay, so he's a businessman and politician. Andrew, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Andrew. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Andrew. And Luna, thank you for the corgi. I appreciate it. W. Andrew. So, like, I mean, I don't know what you're confused with at this point.
No, there's no confusion right there. I know what he is. He's 50% pretty much, in office, and then 50% businessman.
Yeah,
50-50.
So then, do you think that maybe he has the interests of businessmen in mind rather than the interests of the American public? Maybe.
Yes, he's all about business.
Yeah.
people.
So if he has the interests of businessmen over the interests of the American public, why would you want him as president?
See, that's the $50 million question.
Okay.
I'm undecided, to be honest, because, like I said, they're both piece of craps in my
Yeah,
eyes.
but I think it's pretty easy
But
to
he is better
identify
than
that.
Biden, though.
No, I think
Because
it's pretty
you want
easy to
4 more
identify
years
that
of
Biden is
someone
better.
that's looking like you want 4 more years of someone that needs to be in a nursing home. Really?
Okay, I actually think that Biden is just as coherent as Trump now, right? I actually think that Trump is laughably incoherent in many circumstances.
I mean, he may be incoherent, but it just seems like he kind of knows what he's doing. According to Biden,
Not really.
He's like an old 80-year-old man that needs to be in a nursing home, not being a president.
Wait. You understand that Trump is only like 3 years younger, right?
Well, yeah.
So Trump's also an old man that needs to be in a nursing home under your view? I mean, I don't think he needs to be in a nursing home. Right.
But he don't need to be a president.
Appreciate
By
the
far
hand
the worst
massage. Thank you so
president we
much.
ever had.
Sure, I might
We need
agree.
someone like JFK back.
Wait.
be honest.
I might agree with that the fact that he shouldn't be president because he's too old, but that's also going to apply to Trump. So that's not going to be something that's relevantly different between Trump and Biden insofar as that you would want to vote for one over the other, right?
I don't like neither one of them, to be honest.
I understand I don't like neither one of them either, right? But I'm telling you that Biden is better than Trump, and I can give you plenty of reasons to believe that. Trump's a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster. He's been lying about the election for the past few years.
Yeah,
He's
I know. I heard you
overturned
say
Roe
that
versus
the other
Wade.
guy.
All of these things that I've already established. I'm just recapping, right? Why do you want to vote for him given all of these conditions?
To be honest, I would vote for the other person if there's another person running.
It's only one or the other. That's how it works.
Yeah, so we really have no choice, really.
You have one or the other. Which one do you think is worse?
Yeah, by far was worse so far is pretty much Biden. The way I said, I cannot
Yeah,
stand that dude.
but do
I
you have
hate
any
him more
do
than
you,
I hate Trump.
do you have any reason for that?
Look at him. Come on, man.
Okay, and
Can't even walk up the stairs of a plane without falling.
yes,
Every
yes,
time you turn around,
yes.
he stutters every time he talks.
He has a stutter, so just because he stutters doesn't mean anything. That doesn't show anything wrong with him.
Shit, but you don't know how to run this country right.
How?
Look at what's
Name
going
one-
on.
Wait, wait,
what's
wait.
going on in the wars and everything. Get in there and act.
Name one policy he influenced to get passed that you disagree with.
I haven't really kept up with him. That's how much I hate him.
So you don't know a single policy that he influenced to get passed that you disagree with, yet you hate him so much. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, even if it's completely irrational, right? And what I'm telling you,
Because
if
I'm not
you
very
here-
educated with politics, like I said in the beginning.
should.
I'm not really
You should
all
get
that
educated on
with
politics.
politics.
You have the capacity to.
The only thing
you,
I'm in- yeah.
you have access to the greatest level of information that any human has ever seen, and you're not accepting
Yeah, it
it and
still bores
acknowledging
me.
that you can inform yourself, right? And through informing yourself, not only can you make change by informing other people, right, but you can also, right, lead to a better society overall, right? It's collectively all of us like being more critical that will lead to a society in which is better. You understand how necessary that
Yeah,
is? in
like I
this-
said,
in
the
this
main thing
age of misinformation.
Like I said, the main thing I'm educated with is the Bible. But I've seen your post that you can't stand God, so I'm not even gonna go there.
Wait, so if you go into the context of God, both Biden and Trump are Christian, by the way. One and two, you can come on my other lives. And
Trump's a Christian.
I
Come
can
on, give me
debate
a
against
break.
the
Ain't no
idea of
dang Christian
Christianity,
the way he
right?
acts.
I don't think Christianity holds any weight.
That's your opinion. I mean, if you have a problem with them, that's on you.
Yeah, and I can
I
give
see
you
your
arguments.
debates and all that stuff about God. I'm not going to argue with you about God because there's no point. Because
Then why'd you bring it up?
Yeah, you might say it about that. No, I'm just saying the main thing I'm educated with is the Bible.
Okay, name the first 4 books of the the New Testament.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't know it inside and out or anything, but I know all the basic stories.
Sure. Yeah. So, again, I have a question, right? Would you vote for someone that has been held liable for sexual abuse?
I told you I'm not going to debate you about the Bible. I already know where you're going to go with all this and everything. I'm not
This
going to
has
debate you with the
nothing to
Bible,
do with-
so that's
this
a
is-
closed conversation.
The Bible? The fact that you thought I was
Closing the
talking.
conversation. I see
The
your
fact that
post
you
about
thought
the
I was
Bible.
talking
I'm
about
not-
the Bible
I'm not
there is
debating you.
laughable. The fact that you thought I was talking about the Bible there is laughable. I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about Trump.
Okay, but you started about the Bible, and I told you I'm not going to debate
No,
you
I
about
didn't.
that.
I didn't.
Get your
I
real,
said-
real points, and I got my
literally
real
said,
points.
listen,
I'm
I
not
literally said, I said, would
get
you,
into with it.
listen, dude. I said, would you vote for someone that's been held liable for sexual abuse?
No, I would not.
No. Okay, well then Trump's been held liable for sexual abuse. Why would you vote for him then?
And how's that? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? My mind just went blank.
Like, what's the source for that?
Yeah, what's the evidence of that? Because I know you said there.
AP News, Reuters, right? Any media source, like literally every media source, literally reports
Fox
on the
News
fact.
and all that stuff, that fake ass
Yeah.
crap. Well,
Everything indicates
fake
that
news.
none of this is fake news. He's been held liable for sexual abuse in a court, right, by a jury of his peers. That's a fact. Okay.
Yeah, see, I don't watch Fox
Undisputable.
News and all that stuff. It's
This
all
is
bullshit BS.
undisputable.
Like I said, I don't watch all that stuff, so that's all BS to me.
Okay, sure. Whether or not you think it's BS, he's been held liable for sexual abuse. It was in a court.
Okay, well, I didn't read that. I didn't see that.
Well, you
I
can
see how
see
he
that
tried to
literally
overturn the
anywhere.
government. I see how he tried to do the files. I see that he's been impeached a few times. I see that pretty much, he was almost faced jail time, but they let him go because he's Trump. Anybody else would have been in a slammer. But he's Trump. He can get away with pretty much anything he wants.
It's actually ridiculous, right? So do you have any reason why you want to vote for him, or are you done?
I told you I'm pretty much 50-50 with that decision.
Yeah,
I
and
told you,
there's,
and
there's like
I'm
no
50-50.
reason to do that. Did you know he said to a 10-year-old that he would date her in 10 years?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
So
my
how do you
first
feel
time
about
hearing that
that?
too. Yeah, once she turns 18,
Do you not think that's predatory to tell that to a 10-year-old?
no, I'm just messing with you. No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, so you think that, so are you going to vote for Biden?
I might not vote for neither one of them, be honest.
Okay, so
Like I said, my vote's going to be a 50-50 toss of whether I vote or not. I don't know yet.
you should vote for Biden, right? Like, clearly, again, I don't think Biden's a good guy. I think he's not a good guy, right? But I'm telling you,
Well, they're
he's-
both appears of crap, regardless how you look at it.
it's very clear that he's better than Trump, right? I don't know why this is even a conversation we have to have. Hot dog, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. 1,000. All right. Was there anything else you want to talk about, Jeremy?
I think we pretty much covered everything
Appreciate the handout.
besides the
Thank
whole
you so much.
Christian life. Because, like I said, I don't know how you feel about that. I'm not going to debate you about the Bible. That conversation is completely closed with me.
All right, for sure.
All right, have a good day.
Let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Hot dog, you are right. You are right. That is true to some degree. With some things. Yo, Austin, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Austin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Crap! Holy crap! I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, how old are
I
you?
wasn't even paying attention, man.
Yeah.
Now, question: what are some of your favorite policies that
How old
Biden
are you?
has instilled? You're a Democrat, right?
How old are you?
31.
Yeah, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes.
For sure, yeah. So you could bring up the American Rescue Plan, Build Back Better, right? PACT Act, CHIPS Act. You could bring up the infrastructure bill that was passed. That's bipartisan. You could bring up the bipartisan cap, the price cap on insulin, right? Plenty of things.
What about Ukraine? What's your view on that?
I think that we have to defend Ukraine to like some degree because of the Budapest Memorandum, right? I don't think we're gonna go past.
What's the Budapest?
Hot dog. I'm not saying that.
Referendum?
Appreciate it. Thank you. We signed a deal with Ukraine that if they gave up their nuclear weapons, that we would defend them. They gave up their nuclear weapons, so now it's our turn to defend them.
Well, the treaty
Thank you,
was
thank
that we would defend them if Russia violated their agreement with Ukraine, which I don't think they did.
Wait, so no, it was if we would defend them like in any event. I don't understand. Like in the
my
event of
understanding,
invasion.
It was not. It was not a legal treaty.
What was a not a legal
Mhm.
treaty?
Well, it was a agreement, but that in the forgive me, my history of knowledge of Ukraine in the '80s is rather poor. But I do know that less than 10 years, or not less than 10 years, actually exactly 10 years, Ukraine had a civil war that killed well over 10,000 people, and Ukraine has been one of the most worst countries in corruption and religious persecution, and Eastern Ukraine did, was actually in favor of, going to Russia. I don't think we have anything to do with Ukraine.
So you think there was a justified invasion?
I do actually. I think Russia was rather obligated to invade Ukraine because they were under a tyranny.
Oh, so you think Russia was obligated to
Yes,
go
and I think
into
that
Ukraine,
the war-
invade the
the
country, and
invasion-
take it over?
The invasion would have been over within a few months, but then we
No,
had
answer the question.
Yes.
Okay, so you think if a country is doing worse off, right? The better country is justified in. Wait, hold up.
Absolutely awful.
Okay, if a country is doing absolutely bad, right? You think it's justified for a larger country to come in and invade?
Well, when they are violating your agreement in which they would not join NATO, which they're then like
They
that
weren't
was,
joining NATO, but
that they were entering into meetings with NATO, continuously requesting NATO to join. and NATO rejected them multiple times.
Yeah,
But then-
after
but
that,
then-
yeah. So that's
uh,
one thing too. You know that there were multiple countries on the border of Russia, or on the border of like right near Moscow, that literally did the same thing. Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia in the early 2000s joined NATO. So this idea that like, oh, they're on the borders of Russia, that's why Russia is like justified in invading Ukraine because like
Yeah, but
this is
Ukraine
them coming on
was
their borders.
exceptional.
They were already on their borders in the early 2000s, and there was no political response like this then.
Yeah, Ukraine was. I don't know about these other countries, but when I say that they're like, oh, they're just simply corrupt, the civil war that they had a decade ago, it killed so many people, and the Ukraine did not just simply go into a period of rest after that. It's part
I'm not
of
saying
the
it did.
Russian-
Like,
part
do you think
of
it would have been
Russia's agreement
justified
with
during the
Ukraine-
American Civil
Part of
War?
Russia's agreement with Ukraine, that is, if Ukraine was in any trouble, especially if it was being invaded by foreign corruption, which we do see a lot of corruption, which we're actually in our country is responsible on both parties, causing a lot of corruption in Ukraine. That Russia would go into Ukraine and they would take care of it.
So again, you're saying that they're taking care of this corruption, right? But there's no convincing argument behind this. They're doing this for their benefit, for their own resources. If they were doing it to reduce that, there wouldn't be this much international backlash. There wouldn't be this much of a fight against it if it was just like some sort of investment project to be able to ensure just the security of Ukrainians. But they're going in there, killing Ukrainians, in certain circumstances, raping Ukrainians, right? And they're committing war crimes. Okay, for you to deny this, I think is utterly ridiculous and insane.
Well, the supposed war crimes.
Suppose it is crazy.
No, well, no. First off, if we wouldn't have funded the crap out of this war would have been over in a few months, and millions of lives would be saved. The thing is,
How do you even know that? One, and two, as it relates
how do
to
I
this.
know that? Because
Hold up.
Ukraine's
Two, are you
military-
saying that Ukraine shouldn't have defended themselves?
No, because if you don't have the
No.
ability, if you don't have the means to
Okay.
defend
So if a
yourself,
country's invading
you're
the
fighting a
U.S., we
losing
should.
war.
If a country's invading the U.S., we shouldn't defend ourselves.
If we that's completely different because we have the means to defend ourselves.
Wait, but Ukraine, with the context of the U.S. and European support, has the means to defend themselves.
well, of course we would have the right to defend ourselves because we have the means. If you don't have the
They
means
have
to
the
defend
means
yourself-
with our help.
but no, that's at the
Luna,
cost
thank you for
of
the
so
corgi.
many lives. Like the amount of the amount of lives that would be spared with them not defending themselves, when really they don't even like their government to begin with. I live in an
So
area-
you think it's unjustified for Ukraine to defend themselves from Russia invading?
Especially I live
That's
in an area,
such a
Pacific
crazy view,
Northwest.
dude.
We have lots of
That is
Ukrainian
such a crazy
refugees
view.
that prior to the Ukrainian
That is
war.
such a crazy view, bro. Like, here, I'll ask you this question. In the context of the American Civil War, would it have been justified for Mexico to invade the U.S.?
I don't know. I mean, that's
Dude, this guy,
I
bro.
don't,
This guy, bro.
well, no, at the time, but I mean, before depends on what period you're talking about. Because
Dude,
because
I'm talking
if
about
you're
the Civil War in the U.S.
post-civil. If you're talking about the post Mexican American War after the 1850s, then no, because Mexico absolutely would not have had the means. However, prior to the 1850s, Mexico did have a lot more
No.
resources, and
We're
they were
saying,
a lot
hold up,
bigger,
hold up, man,
and
hold up, man.
the Mexico
No, hold up,
territory,
hold up.
then they did actually have.
Hold
more
up, no,
reasons to
we're
defend
just
themselves against the
asking.
United States.
We're not asking whether or not the. I'm just basically
We're talking about-
asking would it be
talking
justified for them to do it? And it sounds like under
Are you talking
your
about
view.
today, or are you talking about in the way in
Oh
the
my god!
past?
I was talking about during the Civil War,
During the Civil War, right?
right?
So
And
during
and I could ask you today as well.
during
Actually,
the
that's
Civil War,
that's a
absolutely
good.
not, because that was after. Sorry, I answered that very poorly because for some reason my mind went to the 1850s. No, because Mexico.
Do you know when? Do you know when the Civil War was?
Because the Mexican government was
When was the Civil War?
was in utter shambles after the Mexican American.
When was the Civil War, Matthew?
What was the Civil War? The Civil War was between the
No,
North
when was it? Oh my
When-
god, bro.
well, no, they Virginia or sorry, South Carolina seceded in the 1960s. However, official combat didn't start in the
1960s?
1860s. I'm sorry, 1860s, dude. I made a mistake.
You're
Sorry.
fine.
But they seceded in the 1860s. However, official combat didn't start in the 1861.
Yeah. Okay, so
that can be debated on
again,
when the
yeah,
war
no, 1861 to 1865 is typically the time period designated for the Civil War, right? I wasn't asking any like hyper specific thing, just like a typical range. Again, my point was just then clearly.
The Confederates were already.
Yeah, my point is clearly in that time, you would have seen it to be justified for Mexico to invade them, and if there was a civil war today, you would see it to be justified for Mexico to invade the U.S.
No, because it wouldn't stand a chance.
Wait, but there's a civil war. We're divided. Or no, or actually, here I can just ask this: the 13
If they
colonies when they were
would've
divided.
joined one of the
Wait!
sides-
The 13 colonies when they were divided, right? Was it justified for the UK to invade the 13 colonies?
Actually, that's interesting because despite my patriotism, I do love the history of this country. I love the foundation of the country. I actually have the unique opinion that if I was living at the time of 1776, I would have actually been a loyalist.
Dude, what the fuck, dude? This guy's a LARPing, bro. I
Because- well,
swear,
that-
bro.
I mean,
He's
think about it.
LARPing. He's LARPing. Dude, this guy is
mean, I think
actually
that
he's actually saying that he would be in support of the British monarchy that completely subjugated and murdered and genocided millions of people.
Well, actually, so one thing is
A loyalist to them? Are you kidding me?
the
Do you not even know what you're talking about?
Yes, I do actually. And I'm not the only person with this opinion, and you shouldn't say that someone doesn't know what they're talking about just because they have a different opinion on historical topics. But here's why I think this. All right. The one of the reasons why we wanted to rebel against Britain, one of the primary reasons, which a lot of people don't talk about, was because of the Proclamation Act, which forbid our expansion into the Western territories, into what was Indian territories and controlled by the French and
Indigenous people.
but we weren't able to go into that area until after we were free from Britain. After we were free from Britain, then we could continue expanding westward. The reason why, but the thing is, after the French and Indian War,
Ruff, thank you for the
roughly
$10.
20 years
Thank you so
prior,
much.
After the French and Indian War, which happened roughly 20 years prior, we did owe a lot of taxes to Britain because they basically saved our asses from the French and the Indians, who we had basically we took land from the Indians, and the French said, "Hey,
Why do
if
you
want land
keep
back, we're gonna help
using
you."
that terminology to refer to them?
Well, we owed the British taxes because the British
They're
literally
indigenous
saved the
people,
colonies.
right? This whole perception of the fact that they're quote unquote Indian, right, comes from colonizers in which thought that they were in the West Indies.
Well,
Okay.
then, okay. So what do you do? I'll call them Native American. Okay, I'm sorry. The Native American it's still officially called the French and Indian War, whether you like it or not. So, even if you go into the history of why they called it that, it doesn't matter. But the French basically told the Indians, "Hey, you see those colonies over there that the British set up? We really don't like Britain, and I know you don't like Britain, so we are going to take over these colonies, and we're going to help you." And so the colonies was at war with France, and Britain basically assisted the colonies. And if it weren't for British help, the colonies would not have stood firm. And so after that, Britain had spent an a huge load of money saving the colonies, and then we basically gave them the middle finger and said, "Hey, we don't owe you shit." And then we we dumped multiple millions of pounds worth, which millions of pounds back then was like, no, sorry, euros or pounds of euros, I can't remember, but a heck of a lot of tea, and it caused civil unrest and everything. And they like
This is.
I don't know.
I feel like this is like someone from Star Wars defending the Empire.
I do defend the Empire. I do side with the Empire. I do. They would have never had to use the Death Star if there wasn't a rebellion to begin with. Oh, the taxes wouldn't be so high if they weren't in the middle of a war. I get Palpatine got power because of corruption, but after that point, I mean, the only, I do like they are seen as terrorists throughout the entire galaxy. The rebellion.
Yeah, by an extremely totalitarian and corrupt
They have to
government
be so
that is
incredibly
literally
totalitarian.
supported by a fucking dictator. A dictator that got to that position of power through corruption, murder, and literally staging an elusive war, right, that killed quadrillions
had
of
to,
people.
because the
Stop
Jedi
talking, stop
were
talking.
incredibly
Killed
corrupt
literally,
evil
dude, stop,
people.
stop,
The
stop, stop,
The
stop.
Jedi is corrupt.
Dude, yeah, the Jedi's corrupt is crazy. That literally killed quintillions of people, right? He literally staged both sides of the war to be able to take over the government when it was working completely fine. You say they're corrupt. The only thing that was fucking corrupt was literally Sidious, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Not even close to the level of the Empire. What are you saying, bro?
Dude, the Jedi.
I will actually debate you on this, bro. That's so crazy,
okay,
man.
The Jedi, if they even like at an infant level, if they saw that your kid had signs of turning to the dark side, even at like when you're just a little kid,
Matthew, I'm actually
kill
serious.
that
I'm
kid.
gonna follow you right now. We're actually gonna do this someday. I'm not trolling. We're actually running a like an Empire. I might even do this on YouTube. An Empire versus Jedi debate. I'm actually not trolling. Okay.
Well, if you,
Maybe,
if you- what's
yo,
really cool-
can we
what's
set
really
that up
cool-
for May the 4th?
What's really cool is Anakin did both things. So you know how he's the chosen one to bring balance to the Force.
Matthew,
right?
Matthew.
In
I
order to
want to
do that,
save
yeah.
this for May the 4th. Okay.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That sounds like May the 4th.
I'm gonna cut this conversation off right now, but follow me, okay? Because we're gonna reset this conversation right on May the 4th. I'm actually not trolling, right? I'm actually totally serious. We're gonna do that, okay?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it off here
May
because
wait. May the 4th be with you.
that's like actually literally why I said the May the 4th. Yeah,
Oh, Gabby, that is a legendary comment.
yeah, that's literally May the 4th is Star Wars Day.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah, you're just not a
really?
big enough Star Wars
I
fan,
didn't
man.
know that. I didn't know that, and I'm not
So crazy, man.
Wow.
Hey, you know, you would defend the Empire. Uninformed voters, you know what I mean? Crazy, dude. He would vote for the Empire, dude. Actually insane. He votes for authoritarian murderous dictators. Maybe that's why you support Putin, the fucking loyalists, and fucking Donald Trump, dude. Actually crazy, bro. You support everyone evil. Like that's actually crazy, dude. All right, Matthew. I'm actually serious. We're running that debate. Message me about it. Follow me back.
Now, question: do you have anyone else waiting?
Yeah. We got like.
You do? Okay, so I'll let them get a turn. But yeah, bye.
For sure. Appreciate it. Unfucking believable, chat. There's no way. Donald, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Donald. Jonathan, thank you for the $5. Rachel, thank you for the Galaxy. Thank you so much, Rachel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Hot Dog, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. Rough. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump on 2024, y'all. Yo, Christian, thank you for the confetti. Thank you so much. Let's get this next person up here. People say Fox for the rebellion. Fox would not be for the rebellion. Fox would literally be like for the Empire. They'd be like a Sidious fanboys. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
50.
Are you gonna vote for Trump in 2024?
100%.
Yeah. Why so?
All right, so I was listening to your conversation for a while now, right? Actually, I'm going to say this. You have one of the best feeds on this debate because there's nobody screaming, yelling, fucking. It's not like lunacy, we'll say. It's actual, real conversation. So I appreciate that.
Appreciate
So-
it.
So I'm just gonna say this: you were talking about unemployment, oil, and everything else earlier, right? Okay, so let's go to some facts here. Okay, so when Obama actually started lowering the unemployment, when he left office, I think it was around 7.9, somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. But when he took office, he got it down to about 4.7. When Trump took office, he ended up getting it down to 3.5, and it was predicted that it's going to stay around there to 3.6 for the next year after him. As soon as as soon as Biden took over, it went through the moon. That's 100% fact.
Completely false. If you
Really?
look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you can
I just
specifically
did.
see.
I did while we were
Well, then,
while you were talking.
well, yeah,
I just googled everything.
yeah. Well, then you must have misread it because I've looked at this plenty of times,
Yeah.
right? Particularly, it increased under Trump's administration, right, in 2020. Tyler, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. I did
It
hear
went
the
from
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
4.7 to 3.5, dude.
Yeah, so here I'll explain. So
Yeah.
it hit a 50-year low under Trump at 3.5, right, and a 50-year low under Biden at 3.4. But it went
So
from
hold on. When did Biden hit 3.4? I'm sorry.
I think this was 2021 or 2022
No, that was still.
or
But
2022.
here's the thing.
Appreciate the corgi. Thank you so much. It was like a few months after.
Oh, so you can't go by that. You got to give him a year or two to for his policies.
Yeah,
Everything.
here, let me pull it up. Let me pull up
That's
Bureau
what
of
you-
Labor Statistics.
But here's what I'm saying. You can't go by his first year because his policies and everything kick in, and then that.
Wait. I'm not even referencing the. If you're gonna reference policies and whatnot.
No, I'm
you'd-
not. I'm
you'd
not
have to-
talking about policies. I'm just
I'm just
saying.
gonna mute you, man. I'm
I'm
sorry,
just-
but like, dude, this is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous?
Just like the conversation back and forth that you're cutting me off every time I speak.
I apologize.
Okay. Yeah. So the point I'm making is that again, it went from 3.5% and it increased right because of COVID, right, up to around 14.7%. Okay. So that was the second most since the Great Depression, but it's not caused by Trump because it was caused
Agreed.
by COVID. So the
Agreed.
point I'm making is that it was going down. It was at like 6 something percent when Biden got in office, and then it went down to a low of 3.4, and now it's hovering around 3.8.
So in 2019, the end of 2019, it was at 3.5.
Yeah, and what in 2020,
So-
which Trump was still president, what did it go up to?
When did Biden take office, dude?
2021.
Okay. So in 2021, COVID hit. You're right. It jumped up because everybody was forced to work at home or lost their jobs or a lot of scenarios came into play. We all agree on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Biden took office and it even skyrocketed higher. It's starting to come down.
Not true at all. That's completely false.
Okay.
I'm looking at the bureau. I mean the Fred right now. It went up to again here. Let me scroll out to that particular time. Let me get it around that time period. So yeah, it went from. Sorry, it's literally like the worst thing possible. Okay, so give me one second. Okay, so it went to a high of 14.7%, right? And then in February 2021, it was at 6.2%. So Biden came in office January 2021 at 6.4%, and it has never gone above that since. It's only gone down.
So, okay, but do you,
It's only gone down. Actually, it went up to 3.8% from
Yeah.
3.4%. 3.4% happened.
so if you look at, so you're looking at 23, right?
I'm looking at 22.
22, I'm sorry. So 20,
Doug, I appreciate the $3. Thank you. Do you think Joe Biden could beat Trump in a rap battle? Someone asked me to ask that, chat, okay? Yes, I do take question requests. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes, everyone. Share the live as well, everyone. If you want to help get out to more people, commenting in the comment section really helps, everyone. I do appreciate it. The stash is crazy. I do apologize, everyone. I typically shave. I look fucking weird today. I didn't have time to shave. Else I would have had to wake up at like 7 o'clock.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome back. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at something. So you know why the unemployment rate has dropped in the past year, right?
Yeah, but like the point
Is it because of American citizens going back to work?
yeah, I think that the reason why it mainly dropped is because American citizens went back to work.
Really? Well, no. Well, that's the initial, but the real reason of the major drop is because of the immigration. They're taking
I
a lot
will
of
hot
jobs.
dog.
Let me finish. You're taking a lot of jobs for cheaper prices that the American citizens normally work for them for.
Yeah, so
You know that, right?
so then make them if you're talking about undocumented immigrants, make them legal citizens by giving them a route to citizenship, and then they can only accept the minimum wage.
Okay, so
Then you think it's not pulling
let's get-
down wages
let's
there?
get-
One, two, they would just be fulfilling jobs in which wouldn't be profitable enough for people to hire people for minimum wage. So
Okay,
the point
so-
would be is that they're not taking jobs away from the income
Yes, they are.
or
Even
the
minimum wage
wages
jobs,
of the
so-
average American worker. That there's
Yes, they are.
no. Can you give me any empirical data to support that? Appreciate the fantastic.
so-
Thank you so much.
So what's minimum? I don't know where you're from.
No.
In
Can you give me any
Massachusetts-
empirical data to support
In
that point?
Massachusetts, minimum wage is
Hey, I
around.
asked you a question.
What,
Just
dude?
even think of the dollar. Can you give me any empirical data to support that point?
Support which point?
That
I'm sorry.
undocumented immigration pulls down wages, right, of the average worker.
It's every friggin' thing in history. What are you talking about?
me economic
You got-
data.
So you could look at the Mexicans coming over doing the farmland. You could come at the Cubans coming over
Can
working
you give
and
me
taking
any
jobs.
evidence that it's pulling wages down in the country?
It's not pulling our wages down.
Oh, if it's
What's-
not pulling our wages
Hold
down
on,
and it's
I'm
not
gonna
taking
explain.
jobs from Americans,
It's
stop
taking
saying it
jobs.
is.
It's taking jobs. Hear me out, please. Because Americans know what the jobs they do are what they're worth. They're paid a certain amount to do it. Then all of a sudden, you got these immigrants coming over saying, "Hey, I'll do this for this price. I'll do that for that price." Our wages don't change, but the employers hire these guys for cheaper price, which causes people to lose their jobs and not get paid. That's how it works.
I
That's how
appreciate
it's
Candy. I
always
appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's how history
so
is
I have a
always
question
done.
here. I have a question here. Why do you fucking blame the immigrant and instead don't blame the capitalist that's exploiting the fucking person?
Agreed.
right, who's
No,
coming across the
I'm not
country?
disagreeing with you.
So
I'm not
blame
disagreeing with
people
you on
like
that.
Donald. Wait. Blame people like Donald Trump that have
Hold on.
actually hired people who are illegal immigrants.
I agree
right?
with you on that.
You understand?
I'm
Donald
agreeing
Trump
with
has actually done that himself.
I'm trying
Right? So
to
blame
I'm
those
trying-
people.
dude, I'm
Don't
trying
blame
to
the
agree
people
with
who
you.
are coming here for a better fucking,
Okay,
better,
stop it.
better,
Hold on.
better life.
Take a breath, please. You let everybody else, like you were very calm with everybody else. I don't know why you're like getting over exaggerated here.
I'm not like angry or anything. I was just,
you
I
are.
was just
You
speaking.
really did a little bit, but it's fine. I get it. It's
Well,
emotions.
I think you're no. I just think you're cutting me off, right? So I have to speak up because you're cutting me off.
Okay, I apologize for that then, sir. So what I'm saying is, if you look at the amount of immigrants that are coming in, this is the highest it's ever been in history. Are you going to disagree with that?
For immigration, yeah, in terms of like the nominal number, sure. But there have been more people in the country who were immigrants as per share of the population in the past comparative to now, and especially as it relates to coming to the country.
Okay, so now this is my biggest pet peeve about immigration right now. You have the people in this country that are immigrants that came in legally, went 10, 15 years to get their citizenship, fought for it, did the right things for it. All of a sudden, these people get to come in for free and get everything.
Yeah, so this is like
I don't
the
think
age,
that's right. I'm sorry.
yeah, so this is like the
I
age-old
think it's
argument
wrong for the
because-
immigrants that came before them. I'm sorry.
No. This is the age-old argument that because I went through bad conditions, you need to go through bad conditions too. This is like
No.
like someone who's
that's
like
not what it
let me
is.
finish. This is like someone who's
Okay.
like your parent or something being like, I walked barefoot,
Yeah, I get you.
right, in negative 80 million degree weather, right, in order to get to work every single day, 15, 20 minutes every single day
Hold on.
in frostbite
Hold on.
weather,
Time out.
right, to be able
Hold
to
on.
get to
80
work.
million degree
You have to
weather,
be able
where
to
are
do
you
it
from?
too. If you don't do it, there's something wrong there.
80 million degree. Where the hell are you from? My stories were I walked through 8 feet of snow.
Yeah, dude, I'm over exaggerating. Do you not understand the
I know
joke?
you are. I know you are. I know. But I got
everyone
I
knows
got the same
this.
stories. You're right.
We want to
I'm
make
agreeing
things
with
and
you with
conditions better, right? The average
No.
10 to 15 years, we should see that and be like, holy fuck, that's an unjustified system. We shouldn't have that, right? And we should make it quicker. It should be 6 months maximum, right?
No, I don't agree with that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well then
Why
what's
do you
wrong with
think-
immigration?
So I'm going to tell you this. You like you just said, just the comment you just said will go on. You think 6 months is good enough to give somebody citizenship?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because it is the case that we don't really need to do that for tourism. We don't need to do that for basically any other thing.
We don't
right?
need the tourism stuff.
Basically, every country can do so digitally, like pretty quickly. We could do it faster than 6 months, right? I'm just giving the system a little bit extra of time because we would have to set up particular workers. Like
but
I don't see any reason as to why we would be limited to
you know
being able
what?
to do background checks that quickly.
It's not about the background check. It also comes down to because there's a lot of people out there that have never had any bad things done to them, arrested, anything like that, that have ill will in them. They were just trained like that. You understand that, right?
What are you saying?
So there's a lot of people in this world that have never been arrested, that do very bad things, have
I'm not disputing undocumented
hold on.
immigrants and documented immigrants are less likely to
That's what
commit
we're
crime.
talking about. That's what we're talking about.
They're
We're
less
talking
likely to
about-
commit crime.
What I'm talking about is very simple. There's a lot of people that have loyalties to other countries, especially the Middle East areas, that have never been in trouble, never been arrested, never done nothing, know how to play the game, know how to hide, everything else. And in years down the road, they end up doing something. This is why we have a long process to try to weed these people out. It's the best option you have. And even
Your
that
long
is
process does not do
Hold on,
that.
let me
one.
finish. Let me
You have
finish.
no evidence to indicate
Let me
that.
finish, please. Please let me finish. Even that doesn't wean them all out. There's still people that get through that do ill will. But if you don't have the process to try to wean them out, you let anybody in. It's about loyalty to this country. It's not about loyalty to every other country. It's not about loyalty to your race, religion, anything. We're America. Race and religion, I know it's an issue in this country, but in my personal opinion, none of that means anything to me.
Can you give me any evidence this does wean things out?
Dude, come on. I mean, you want to go back in like hundreds of years? Like, think about it, dude. This is common sense.
So instead of supporting your point with an argument or with evidence, you just say, "Oh, lol, it's common sense. Trust me, bro."
Okay, Boston Bombers.
Okay, you giving me one circumstance doesn't justify anything.
You just asked
right?
for something. I gave it
Undocumented
to you.
immigrants.
Now you're going into something else.
Listen,
I just
undocumented.
gave you one.
That's not an example of proportionally. Okay.
Well,
Right?
no,
you just gave me
you
one
asked
example.
for one example. That's what you.
No, I did not ask. No, I asked you for evidence that justifies your position, and that would be based upon rates. I didn't ask you for one example. What are you talking about, bro? Right? As it relates to the context of rates, right? If you can provide economic data that justifies that they're at a greater rate, I would love to see it because I can show you evidence from PNAS.org that undocumented immigrants and documented immigrants are less likely to commit crimes, right, like property crime, drug crime, and violent crime in the United States than natural-born U.S. citizens. So you should be more afraid of Americans coming back to the country, right, than people immigrating to the country.
Okay, so what I'm going to say, right? I'm not saying you're wrong in that. But if you look at the statistics of how many immigrants are allowed in the country, allowed citizenship, things like that, and then the people that do the ill will, yeah, you're right. It's a very, very small number. I'm not going to argue with that any way, shape, or form. My argument is if we didn't have the process that we have, it would be a lot higher. You can like shake your head all you want and not try to believe this.
Can you give me any evidence? Already
Come
asked
on,
you this
dude.
question. That's why I'm cutting you off at this point. Can you give me any evidence that this particular process of taking on average 5 to 7 years does actually something effective for weaning people out in the process?
All right,
Serena,
so
thank you for this $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Serena. I appreciate it. W Serena in the chat. Thank you so much, Serena.
So I would have to go into the logistics of how many people were deported, of why they were deported on them time spans. That's what you need to actually look at. I haven't done that research, to be honest with you, so I can't really comment on that, but I do know our process makes us safer.
You know the
You
process
don't-
makes us safer, but you have no evidence to support it, and that's the issue. If you believe things with no critical
No,
thinking
I believe
and no
I
evidence.
believe in people. I believe in people. People have their own intentions, their own ill wills, their own things. So do you not believe in sleeper agents?
What do you mean by that?
You know exactly what I mean. A sleeper agent. You know what that is.
No, I'm asking you what you mean.
A sleeper agent, like an agent from another country that hides, procures himself into our society, looks like a great guy in the world. All right, so I'll even give you
So
an American.
how would
I'll
you
give
be
you an
able to
American
limit
citizen.
that?
I'll give you an
Under a
American
process where it takes 5 to 7 years, how would you be able to limit that?
because you get to watch them for them that many years.
You can watch them for that many years, but
Okay.
if they've been able to not do it for years prior to that point
Okay.
to hide this particular crime, wouldn't they be able to do it in that time period as well?
I'll give you another example to make this a little more plain for you. Do you know how long it took the FBI to infiltrate the Hells Angels?
No.
Okay. Do you know how long of a process it is to get into the inner works of a Hells Angel?
No.
Okay. It's years. Literally years. In the government never authorized or could justify watching an agency like the Hells Angels or any biker gangs or mob, anything, for a certain amount of time if they never committed a crime. How do you keep justifying it? By watching them. So to get in the Hells Angel, it might have changed. I don't remember, but when they first infiltrated them, it was like a year minimum to get in there. You had to like be 100% into them for a year without committing any crimes and justify it. The FBI finally came around and said, we need longer time to really get in there. And that's how they actually got them, by waiting. This is how it works. This is the same thing.
I just needed to know it works this way, particularly for immigration. If you can't provide that, well, then I have no reason.
Dude, I'm giving you an example.
Michael, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You don't want to
Thank you,
see
Michael.
reason, dude. You have your own beliefs, which listen, you have a right to your beliefs. This is America. We can all believe what we want. I'm giving you straight up facts of why things work with longer periods. You don't want to believe it. It's okay. I get it. So
No,
let me ask you
what you're
this.
not
Do you
understanding
believe-
is that it's not necessarily applicable in every scenario. So
No.
I would just have to know that this is the same type of trend, particularly happening in the context of immigration.
So if you don't think there is other like agencies like Al Qaeda, Hamas, all these other terrorist groups trying to get into our country to cause us harm,
Couldn't
you
they do
look at
that
it-
currently? Wait, through sleeper agents, couldn't they currently do that through tourism in this country?
not if you don't have a passport, visa, or anything else.
So,
Because-
but if they have sleeper agents, couldn't they get passports or visas?
Of course they could. And
So then it seems like they can already make it into the country.
it's not as easy as you think, though.
Oh, okay. So if it's not as easy based upon that standard, what makes you think this specifically would
Because coming in as a citizen, like I want to work, I want to do this, and instead of just like, oh, I'm going on vacation.
How
It's
about
two
this?
totally
Can
different
we
things.
accept the same standards as Canada?
I don't know if we can, because Canada's not as big. I'm going to tell you why. Canada's not as big of a threat to the world as we are.
So, so you're saying that the only reason we need to do this to a greater degree is because the U.S. itself is a greater threat to the world?
The U.S. is the strongest country in the world. We protect a lot of people, and a lot of people hate us for that. So yes.
I don't think a lot of people hate us just because we protect people. I think that's the bit
All right. So
ridiculous.
why do you think Iraq before we invaded them hated us? Why do you think Iran hates us to death? Because we don't want to give them
The U.S. involvement in Palestine, right? In supporting Israel.
I agree with that 100%.
Okay, well that's literally the reason that is cited specifically by Osama bin Laden. Okay. Right,
What
himself.
is?
Osama bin Laden cited the reason that they helped Israel, right, and continued to support Israel in their treatment of Palestine.
So if you look at what Israel's actually done, like I'm not saying both sides are right, both sides are wrong. I'm not saying that. I don't live there. I don't see the everyday stuff. Okay, so we're not going to have that debate.
Yo, Yavers, thank you so much for the flying jets. I really
that's kinda
appreciate it.
cool.
Thank you so much, Yavers. I really appreciate it. It's good to see
Kinda
you.
cool.
Thank you.
What I'm going to say about
Thank you,
the
Neighbors.
Hamas thing, right? I'm going to give you an example. Let's say Mexico did that to us, right? They have hostages still. Would we stop?
Would
If
we
they
stop?
If they didn't give us back our hostages, would we stop?
Would we stop?
Yes
what?
or no?
I would say that if it was the case that, like, say the cartel took like the hostages specifically of American
Anybody, I
citizens,
don't care who.
we wouldn't bomb the place and kill innocent Mexican citizens.
Okay,
Right? We would
then you don't know
specifically
America,
send
dude.
in military operatives, right, on foot, right, to be able to deal with those particular circumstances.
Okay,
Right, as we would do so with police or any other circumstances
That's not
related
true,
to
dude.
hostage.
That's not true.
Appreciate the hat mustache. Thank you so much.
A military-
We wouldn't bomb.
a military
Hey,
attack is
hey,
different
did you
than a
ever learn
police
in
attack.
did you ever learn in first grade that you should only speak once people are done speaking?
Oh, you're getting irritated.
No, I'm just telling you, right? That you,
Yeah,
that,
you're
I mean,
getting irritated.
it would
Right.
make sense to cut me off if it was for productive flow of the conversation, but I was still extrapolating on that last point.
You're not even talking about real facts, though.
I was. You just name one thing I said.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can you name one thing I said?
If the cartel came in, we're not talking about a cartel. We're talking about Mexico itself.
I'm asking for the
Well,
one thing
perfect.
that I said.
I just did. You were talking about the cartel, and then you went into other areas.
So you all you heard was cartel. This is what I mean. Like, he doesn't listen to a single thing that I say, right? It's actually unbelievable.
Go ahead. I'll shut up. I'll give you God.
No, it's like you say it's my
No, go
fault.
ahead.
I'm not making sense, but you're literally not even engaging.
Because your point is wrong, buddy.
How do you know it's wrong if you didn't even listen to it?
Because did
You're
you
a
hear the
dingus,
question?
bro. You're a dingus.
Did you hear the question I asked you?
What question?
Okay, if Mexico, not the cartel, Mexico themselves, but we'll use the cartel because the cartel is like Hamas. Okay, you have Palestine, you have the cartel, you have Mexico, and you have Palestine. So yeah, they're kind of similar. Okay, so I'll give you that one. So let's say Mexico, the cartel came into our country, crossed the border, killed fucking as many people as they did, kidnapped women, children, old men, everything, took them as hostages. Who knows what the fuck is happening to them? And then this shit starts, we attack them, and then the world goes crazy where, oh, you can't, you gotta stop. Well, hold on, they have our fucking citizens.
No, listen.
Give us our citizens back, we'll stop.
Yeah, so again, it's not just the case that we would not say it's justified to kill innocent Mexican citizens, right? Women and children that have nothing to do with the conflict, right? To be able to get people back. We would send in our own military operatives to get them back, right? You didn't listen to anything I just said. I just responded to this, and you just said the same damn bullshit again, right?
Again,
You're just yapping, bro.
as far as sending your own military fucking assets in there, that would not happen. We would send our entire fucking force at them. That's
No,
a
we would
fact.
not stop. We would not start bombing them.
Yes, we would. At
No, we
100%.
wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. You're gross
you
for
don't
saying.
know our history, then.
You're gross
You
for
don't know
saying in a
nothing about our
circumstance. You're
history.
gross for saying in a circumstance like that you'd be okay with bombing innocent Mexican women and children.
Okay, so let me say this. As far as those
Insane.
innocent people, why is Hamas camped out right around them and they're not fucking moving away?
Yeah. So again, you can condemn the actions of Hamas and condemn the actions of the Israel state government. These things are not mutually exclusive. I don't think that Hamas is doing something good, right? I never claimed that, right? I've been very adamant through the context of the entirety of me talking about this circumstance, right, that I condemn Hamas. But you don't have to agree and condone the behaviors of the Israel state government because you condemn Hamas. You can condemn Hamas and condemn the Israel state government in their actions and claim that they're both bad actors.
So, do you believe sovereignty has a right to protect themselves?
I do believe that Israel has a right to defend themselves, but I don't believe that Israel has a right to literally unalive innocent Palestinian women and children, right,
I'm agreeing
to
with
defend
that.
themselves, right? Those are not Hamas operatives, right? Those are
don't know
literally those are people that are not related to the conflict. And
So
I believe that if these same things happened in the context of the United States, we would not be okay with killing as many innocent American citizens for the same thing. So
Okay.
it seems like in order for you to say it's justified for them to engage in these particular actions, you have to devalue Palestinian life, which is insane and absurd, and you should never do that.
I don't value any life, first of all.
No, you
I think
do,
every
because
life-
if,
no,
because if
let
these
me-
were American citizens, American women and children that were dying, you would not have the same view here.
It wouldn't be because we would wipe anybody out that fucking did it to us, first of all. Second
Exactly,
of all-
but you have an issue
second of all,
when
you're
Palestine defends themselves.
No.
So you say that
okay,
Israel
well,
has
how
a
did
right to defend
they
themselves, but what about
started it, dude.
Palestine?
They started it.
No, Palestinians did not start that.
Okay, but they are supporting Hamas.
You understand that they support Hamas in plenty of circumstances because, right, they
I
have
don't
no one
care.
else to defend them.
If you have, first of all, Israel tried giving them
Listen,
their
do you not,
sovereignty.
wait, listen. Do you not understand that? It's because
you
there's no one
understand?
else to defend them.
Do you understand that they were offered sovereignty? They could have that land and keep it. They said, no, go fuck yourself.
No,
we want everything. That's
No,
a fact.
that's not the Palestinian people.
Who denied it? Who said, no, we don't want it?
So again, who said no to the ceasefire agreements set up
No,
by
we're not
Hamas?
talking about
Literally,
ceasefire
Hamas
agreements.
set up ceasefire agreements, and
You're
Israel
getting
didn't
angry.
accept them.
You're getting
Again, I
angry.
condemn both Hamas and Israel, but
I
you're
know
not
you do.
acknowledging that agreements have already been set up, and Israel is trying to shift the burden to make it seem like they're the ones that are not accepting the ceasefire when it's been Israel this whole time. It's been Israel and the UN literally blocking ceasefire agreements. Like, are you kidding me?
Listen, first of all, let me just say
The
this.
U.S.
real
has
quick.
used a majority of their veto power to be able to
Let me
defend
say-
Israel in
let
doing
me say
this.
this real quick. I can tell you're getting triggered. Your eyes are getting red. Take a breath.
No, I'm not triggered at all. I was just responding to you.
No, you're
If you think that I'm
hyperventilating.
triggered, well then that's you just trying to pivot away from the
I'm
fact that I
not.
just
I'm trying to
completely
stay on
debunked your
topic.
entire argument and shit on every single thought you
I'm
had.
not shitting on anything, dude. I really ain't. I
I
actually
never
like
said you did. I said I did.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm fucking. I actually like you a lot because you actually pay attention to certain things, but you're not seeing certain things. That's my issue with you right now. If you understand,
Seeing what?
let me-
Like you're just saying I don't agree because I don't agree with you?
No,
And you didn't even
it's
listen to my
not-
points.
yes, just listen. I didn't say a word while you were talking. What are you talking about?
Well, I was just referencing the fact that earlier you weren't.
I know earlier I wasn't because I was in my zone, basically. We'll call, and I apologize for that.
That's
I
fine.
really do.
I mean, I don't mind. I was just citing it because
But
it
what
was
I'm-
relevant to that point you brought up.
But what I'm saying, so you don't know anything about Israel, Palestine being offered their own land and them refusing. Because
Yeah.
of
So
Hamas.
so wait, but what was that
Hamas-
under the under the
Hamas-
same land agreements as it was under the context of even the 47 agreement?
You just
or-
Googled that, didn't you?
No, I'm playing 2K.
I don't know what the 47. Oh yeah, actually
That happened
yes,
after
yeah,
World War
47,
II?
Yes.
Yeah.
It expanded from there because they were offered, I think 7 times, something like that. I don't remember different scenarios, so I don't know exactly. Know which one you're talking about. But regardless, the whole point is the entire world said, "You keep what you have. And let's go. Let's live in civilization." They said no. Do you know why they said
No,
no?
I think that's ridiculous. I mean, and also, I just want to say, like, I don't want to make this whole topic about something completely different. I do still want to talk about Trump.
All right, what do
I'll
you
let
want
you
to talk
continue this point, but I was just saying that I kind of do want to keep it.
about? All right, so you want to get into gas prices then?
We can, yeah.
All right. So, what was the question you asked earlier about the gas prices, or
How do you know
asked
it's caused by
something earlier?
Biden?
All right. So I'll tell you why it's caused by Biden. So, Trump started the pipeline coming from Canada all the way to the Gulf. You know that
Say that one more time. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
the pipeline that Biden cut off.
You know
Okay.
about the XL?
I think you broke up. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the XL?
Is that I don't. Is that the one going from Canada to the Gulf?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So-
So like specifically, I would say here that what's it called? Yeah, I am on 2K chat. I would say that this was already held up in the courts for like a decade or so before this.
I didn't know that.
Along with the fact
Trump
that
was supposed to
it
do
wouldn't have
Trump.
impacted current supply as it was never in effect. Like this was literally permits for it to be built. This has nothing to do with current production or supply, which
first of all-
means it wouldn't impact pricing.
It was being built. You know that it was actually being built.
Yeah, the permits were for it to be built.
It was being built, and then Biden shut it down.
No. No, he stopped permits. There was a portion of it that was already built, like a very small
Yeah.
portion.
Yes,
Right,
that Trump
it was
started.
but it was already being held up by the courts for like a decade.
What I'm hold on, hear me out, dude. It was already started by Trump. He was pushing it through. Okay? And here's what happened when Biden cut that down. All these oil people, everything, who basically run the world, they already had plans of, this gas line's gonna let us get more production. We're gonna get oil from Canada now. We're gonna refine it in the US. Gonna get gas prices down. There was a deal made where keep the prices the same. Don't jack them up. We're going to get more oil to you. We're going to build the pipeline for you. And that was in the consensus. As soon as Biden shut it down, it killed all future plans. So do you know how production is made in America? Or anywhere in the
Production
world?
for what?
Production for steel, deliveries, boats, anything.
Like, do I know the whole production line?
Do you know what makes the productions?
Do I know what makes the productions?
Yeah. How do they perform? What starts them? What's the very first thing?
I don't know what you're trying to say there. Makes the productions.
Gas and coal.
Oh, if you're saying like, wait, I'm confused what you're trying to ask there. Though.
How do you produce anything? You need fire. How do you get your fire? From oil, gas, coal.
Okay. So wait.
Okay, so
you're saying
here's what-
like, okay, wait. I'm just confused with what your
Okay.
point is here.
I'm trying to explain what happened with the gas prices, why everything went up, and why inflation went up.
Wait, you would just say OPEC and Russia.
What? I didn't say anything about OPEC and Russia.
Yeah, I know, which is showing that you don't know what's going on.
I'm getting into that in a minute. I'm not even there yet. I'm talking about what happened with our own inflation, how it started. If you want,
I already know the inflation is caused by particularly reduction in oil supply worldwide, which impacts the commodity prices across the board
okay. So
globally.
as far as oil production is actually up because
We do have oil production.
okay, hold on. First of all, so in 2018 we were the sole suppliers. We produced the most in 2018.
Wait, no. So
2000
we
in
still produce. We
2022
still produce the most, but we're not the sole producers.
I meant the sole producers of the highest grade. I misspoke.
The biggest
the
producer,
highest
yeah.
grade. In
We're
2020,
the biggest producer right now.
no, we're not. As far as
You want to
2000,
bet?
can I please finish speaking?
Do you want to bet?
Just like you asked me. As of 2022 and 2023, Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, and Canada are right up there with us now.
No. So if you want to look at the
I
level
just-
of production, I can show you right now from the Energy Information Administration. You can look up oil production US, right? Luna, thank you so much for the glowing jellyfish. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Luna. Thank you. Thank you. The first thing that comes up specifically shows you that we are still the greatest in the world in 2023. Actually, greater than we were under Trump's administration at any point in history. On Carrie, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Blue is us. And then you see the other ones are Russia and Saudi Arabia. Dean just got the account back, everyone.
Show me that again. I'm sorry. I got off for a sec.
Sorry.
I apologize. Because I was trying to do a search.
Blue is the U.S.
I know that. All right. So now go down to 2018 from that. And look at the difference in where we were with everybody else.
2018, we were barely ahead of them. Now we're way ahead of them.
Well, I don't know. What I just Googled was
We had lower production in 2018. Do you see?
what's the, I can barely see it. What's the last one on the right?
The last
what
one
year?
on the right is 2023.
That's this year. Last year, I mean.
Yeah, the U.S. is the most by far.
Yeah. So I Googled this before I got on here.
Jax, thank you for the blooming. Thank you so much, Jax. I appreciate
So
it.
I mean,
appreciate
it might be a different site than you went on. It could be that very easily. Because every site's fucking different on different things. So when I looked at it, it was 2018. We were by far the most. We were at 13 point
No,
something.
we weren't by far the most in 2018. We were just slightly the most in
Well,
2018.
the one I'm saying, the one I looked at.
Well, you're not looking at the best data because mine's from the Energy Information Administration, which is exactly where this is the best data.
Okay, I got to look at that then. The energy data?
Energy Information Administration. Just look up
Okay.
oil production U.S. and it should be the first one that comes up.
Okay, I'll give you that one because you could be right on that. I'm not going to speak on something I don't know of.
Samantha, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the whatever podcast canceled the day of, so we're not doing that until they reschedule, if they will, which is unlikely.
I mean, Saudi Arabia has always been right up there with us. They've been very close to us.
They've been more than us
Yeah.
until 2018.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've been going back and forth with them. Actually, I think
They're
we
the
can
reasons why we have
cancel all of
higher prices for oil now, because they and Russia decrease oil production as distribution as it relates to us. Because one, I appreciate the wind force. Thank you so much. One, because the Russia-Ukraine situation, and then with OPEC,
Agreed.
that also led to a reduction of global oil supply, which increases prices of oil globally, which is why we saw increases in Europe and we see increases here.
Okay, so if we finished that gas line, that pipeline for the oil from Canada to us, we would have been getting a lot more oil from Canada.
Yeah. So again, I don't think that would have caused prices to go significantly down, and I don't see.
I'm not saying it would have went down. I'm saying it would have kept it level from back then.
Hey man, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much. You have no evidence to support that.
I have evidence that the pipeline wasn't finished, so it's
but like you have no evidence that the pipeline being in effect would have kept prices at the same level.
We would have been getting
That oil wasn't even for us mostly.
What?
Yeah.
We were bringing it to the Gulf.
Are you peeing, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was dumping something in the sink.
I was about to say, I was like, dude, please don't tell me you're doing that.
I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that it actually did sound like piss.
Yeah, I was like, people do that on the live, so I wasn't been surprised.
No. Sorry about that. I was actually putting my water in the sink.
You're good, don't worry.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of issues that people don't look at. Where do I think both of them are perfect for us? Absolutely not. But like you said earlier, we only have two choices. Biden opened the border. Why do you think he did?
He didn't open the border. That's a complete lie.
So you don't think the border's open?
No, it's not. So the policy we have as it relates to immigration is the same we had under Obama. The reason why we see a difference in the amount of immigrants coming to the country is likely not related to policy. It's likely related to environmental conditions, whether it be COVID, inflation, other things like that, because we saw the same policy under Obama's administration with significantly less people coming.
So you don't think where Trump had the Border Patrol top notch, blocking shit off, Biden takes office and it skyrockets. You don't think that was an issue?
I don't think it's, again, specifically going to be caused by the policy specifically. Again, because it is the case that there was the same policy under Obama's administration. So it's unlikely to be the case that it was specifically due to Biden, regardless of whether or not you want to say these two things are associated.
So why is every state, Texas, Arizona, the Border Patrol themselves all saying we're not allowed to do anything, they're just letting them in? And why is Biden...
No, they're allowed
Hold
to...
on.
No, actually, they've removed
One more.
3.5 times as many people from the country under the Biden DHS than the Trump DHS. So that's just blatantly
Dude.
false.
Okay, so 3.5% more, right? You're
No,
saying?
3.5 times more.
Okay, but do you understand it's like 20 times more immigrants coming in?
So again...
So you can't use that stat.
No. The point I'm using specifically demonstrates that there is still a process of people being removed from the country, and
I'm
using
not
20x,
saying there
I don't
isn't.
think that's justified.
All right, so we're at what, like 12 million in the past 3 years? Maybe 15?
Oh, I would like to see your data as it relates to that. But let's say it's true.
Dude,
right?
it's
Let's
been
say-
in congressional hearings.
No,
Come
I'd love
on.
to see I'd love to see that particular number. And
So
just
you're
because
saying
it's said in a
congressional
congre-
hearings are lying?
Yeah, just because it's said in a congressional hearing doesn't mean it's correct.
Oh God, dude.
You'd have to have evidence.
So you're just trying to be blind to it. I got it.
No, I'm
it's-
asking for evidence. Me asking for evidence isn't trying to be like
Okay, I'm
running
gonna
away from
Google
the
it right now.
truth.
I'm gonna Google it right now. Let's just go. Why don't you do it? Because I'll shut my phone off. You could Google it. How many immigrants have come in the past 3.5 years?
Well, you can look that up and then come back if you'd like.
No, because you don't want to. Because you know I'm gonna be right.
No, because I don't want to put down my game. I want to keep playing 2K,
All right.
bro.
All right, give me a sec.
All right, keep tapping the screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Plus, you can always link in the link tree to find that. I get 100% of the proceeds there, everyone. Do appreciate y'all. But yeah, keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live and comment in the comment section, y'all.
2022, 2.2 million alone.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't really see the issue with that. What percentage change in population is that? That's like less than 1%. Didn't take Parker as a 2K player. Well, I'm playing the old 2K. I'm playing 2K21, I think, because it was free on Epic. So it's like, that's the one I have. But I'm lucky I might upgrade. I've just been watching a lot of basketball recently because I was watching the Lakers, but they lost. They took the L, so I'm really sad. I'm really sad. LeBron was absolutely cooking for being 39, bro. Actually wild, bro. Actually wild. I was thinking of doing a LeBron versus MJ, like who's the GOAT stream. You know what I mean? I think Braun's the GOAT, so I might have to do that debate one time, you know? Braun is the GOAT. It's not even close, bro.
You can't even get that argument. Fucking, that's bullshit. Jordan's the GOAT. Shut the fuck up.
Not even close. Give me any argument.
Are you out of your mind?
Give me any argument.
All right, just look at. I'm gonna give you
Watch,
simple.
he's gonna say rings.
No, not about rings. Look at Jordan playing in the '80s, how he played, and then look at LeBron play today.
Yeah,
If you
way
even
better.
breathe on
LeBron
him-
is literally 39 years old and getting better fucking stats in the playoffs than MJ did. Right?
Do you
Plenty of
understand
playoffs.
they call a foul if you blow on somebody today?
That's not true at all, right?
Well,
And if anything, if there's more fouls today, that means that you have to be a lot more specialized with how you engage.
Dude,
Right.
no, it's-
Also, right, the level of competition that exists today is significantly greater than existed then. If you talk about the
I'll give you
literal
that.
the
I'll give you
class
that.
of athleticism, it's not even close. It's not even
I'll give you that.
comparable to look
But-
at 1980 and compare that to today when you're talking about the level of skill that we see today. There are literally 3-person fucking super teams that exist today that were unheard of in the 1980s.
Agreed. No, well, I mean, in the
You have like
'80s, you
one
had
fucking
the.
good person, dude.
Hold on, in the '80s, you had the Bulls that had a 3-person team.
Yeah, but
They had a
their
full-person
3-person
team, actually.
team was nowhere near the fucking Golden State Warriors in fucking 16, 17. Not even close. Where you had Draymond Green, Klay
I know, I think
Thompson,
that would've been a
Steph
great
Curry,
game.
and Kevin Durant.
I agree.
Kevin Durant.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but I would love to see that game because that would be an unbelievable fucking game, dude.
MJ would get
Let's
dunked
be
on
honest.
by LeBron at 39 years old.
Dude, come on, LeBron.
You can't even compare the level of
Have
athleticism,
you
and he's
seen
39
the
years old.
fouls? Have you actually seen the slow motion fouls this dude gets?
Yes, show me them. I'd love to see it.
Dude, just Google fucking.
Okay,
LeBron
I don't want to
fouls.
change the topic again, but dude,
All right, I'm sorry.
I seriously will debate you on this. I will seriously
no,
run a
no.
debate live where I
I
debate
fucking
this 'cause
love this
LeBron
because-
is the GOAT. LeBron is the
Oh
GOAT.
god, you're out of your mind. All right, so let me get back to the other one because that's a good one because there's nobody like Jordan Bird. Bird was an animal too.
Bird would be like not even that good in 2024. Same thing with honestly. Okay, MJ would be good, but he wouldn't be the greatest player of all time if he played today. Jokic would absolutely fucking dismantle any team
Absolutely
in the
not.
80s. It wouldn't
No.
even be close.
That's not true.
Jokic is so much better than any
That's not
big
even close,
that
dude.
existed at that time. He is so much more versatile, right? Have you seen? He's like unblockable. It's unbelievable.
He's a beast. He is. But how is he on defense?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that he's not. He's
Well,
like
so you're talking
insanely good
offense
on
against
defense, but he's
offense
not
now.
bad.
And you're talking offense.
He's an
against
offensive.
offense.
He's an offensive machine. That's what he
There
is.
was nobody around that could stop Jordan because he was too fast.
MJ could, or not
He could
MJ.
jump.
LeBron could.
He would jump over LeBron.
No,
LeBron.
false. Completely false.
Okay, so you're telling me LeBron can dunk
Fake
from
news
the
media.
3-point line?
That's actual fake news.
You're saying LeBron can dunk from the fucking crown of the fucking fucking foul line?
Probably.
No, he can't. He
Yeah.
can't jump that far.
At his most athletic aspect of his
No,
career, yeah.
he'll admit it. He can't.
I'd like to
He
see that
can't-
video. I'd like to
Look
see
at
that
every
video.
dunk. Look at every dunk he's ever made. Jordan used to jump from like 20 feet away and dunk.
Yeah, and that somehow means they're a better player, but okay. All right,
Well,
I want to
you're
go back to the
still-
topic, man. I want to go back to the topic.
Let me
We're getting.
let me give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go back to the stats real quick. I had them in my head, but then you brought up this shit. Hold
You have
up.
to drive right now? Are you driving?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure. It sounds like it to me, but
Hold up.
all right, everyone, keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes, everyone. It does help get out to more people. I appreciate everyone. I think it is sending out just slightly. I don't know. TikTok has just been really weird with sending out
So
recently. It's been really
2023,
frustrating.
sorry. 2023 crossings in Texas was 22.9 million. I'm gonna be right back with another number.
Wait, total crossings? That's just anyone who crosses. I'm asking
No.
for people who immigrated. Look up total level of immigration.
It says border crossing data analyst.
Look
That's what I'm
up
looking at.
immigration data. And dude, you can come up another time.
Hey,
I'll-
talking.
I want you to look this up and then like find stuff and then I'll look for you to continue.
All right,
I
what
appreciate it, man. Okay. Well, he's lagging, so
border
I am-
crossing data?
yeah, go find the border crossing data and then come back, man. I'll look for you another time, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next person up here real quick. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. All right, we're trying to get to this next person real quick, everyone. All right. Do give it a second, y'all. It is not accepting this person. Let me try the next, y'all. I do apologize, everyone. Oh my gosh, it's not accepting anyone. If Parker were an ice cream flavor, what would it be? If Parker was an ice cream, what would it be? I don't know what ice cream flavor I would be. I have no clue. Fucking, I don't know, dude. No one's joining right now. It's actually so sad, chat. I'm trying to get people up here. I do apologize, y'all. Someone said strawberry, French vanilla, mint. Pistachio is crazy. Okay. Squid flavor is wild. Okay, Rocky Road. Okay, I'll take it. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, AJ, that is not appropriate for the live, AJ. AJ, that cannot be said. Okay. That cannot be said for the live. That is inappropriate. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Dude, are people just like sending guest requests and then just like rest in peacing? What is going on, chat? Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are simply just looking for some debates. We've got literally fucking nothing, chat. No guest requests. I might even hit a restart here in a second, chat, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. We got like no one in here. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 36, man.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, why would I not?
Well, he's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster. He's been lying about the election for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won. He put multiple Supreme Court justices in the office with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade that led to tens of millions of women having restricted access to abortion in this country, plus literally 13-year-olds being forced to go through pregnancy. His tax policy took away money from poor people in the lower quintile and the middle class and gave it to rich people in the highest quintile, top 1%, and the top 0.1%. Right? Is this the guy you want to vote for?
Yeah, because that sounds like a lot of propaganda. As far as the last statement you said about the giving money away to the rich and taking it from the poor, I mean, where you get that from? I mean,
Yeah, a
this tax
distributional
code- can I
analysis.
finish? I mean, I let you talk.
Sorry, I thought you were done. My bad.
No, yeah, I mean, his tax policy actually decreased the tax rate for the middle class and lower income earners. And I mean, my source, if you want to go check it out, is smartasset.com, and it's partisan.
That's
They
a bad
just-
source, right? If you're going to relate to this, because we're talking about an overall analysis of the Tax Cut and Jobs
Yeah.
Act, which would have
Yeah.
been done by the Tax Policy Center or the Joint Committee on Taxation, which both of those, through a distributional analysis, indicated that after-tax income fell for the lowest quintile, fell for the middle class, and increased for the top 1%, for the highest quintile, and even greater for the top 0.1%.
So you're going based off of a government source?
I'm going based off the Joint Committee on Taxation and the Tax
Okay.
Policy Center.
Yeah, and
The
has
other
our
independent-
government lied to us plenty of times before through committees?
Okay, if you're just going to dispute the fucking evidence, right, I'm not going to even have this
I mean, it's
conversation. I
not
don't
a
even
dispute.
care.
I mean, have they lied to us? I mean, they lied to us
Dude,
on
this isn't
Iraq.
just
They
the
lied to
government.
us-
This is the Tax Policy Center and the Joint Committee on Taxation. Two particular.
And does our government lie through us through committees?
It's not likely.
It's not likely, but it does, and it did happen, right?
I'm not disputing it's
especially with
ever
the
happened, but can you give me any
Kennedy
evidence that it's
assassination.
happening in the? I don't dispute that it can happen. Can you give me any evidence that it's happening in this scenario?
Yeah, because there's plenty of, people or journalists that have wrote different when it comes to the subject of taxes. I mean, there's people that have seen that have gotten more money back, under the Trump tax policy that I live around in.
Yeah, rich
that-
people. Rich people.
No,
and
I
again,
mean-
you understand that we're currently under Trump tax policy, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so again, the point I would relate to is that literally, right, the Joint Committee on Taxation and the Tax Policy Center indicated this. If you're going to dispute this, you're disputing fact.
Okay. The fact that you don't understand. I mean, how many years have you done taxes? Let's go based off of that.
I don't even think that's relevant
Why is it not relevant?
because I'm referencing
I mean,
a
the years that
distributional
I've done
analysis.
taxes, I've gotten
I'm
more and more
referencing-
back under Trump's policy than I have under Biden's. I mean, not under Obama's or whatever tax policy you want to label it as. Prior
So
to
again,
Trump.
I'm comparing
The people that
based
I'm
upon
surrounded by are all middle class. They've all gotten more money back under Trump's policy. That's based off of real, actual people, not just a report that a committee came out with.
Yeah, a committee who judges things based upon economic data and distributional analyses, right? So we're not basing it off of some anecdotal claim, right? We're looking at the overall evidence and what it indicates. So again, if you just want to accept random bullshit claims from average Joes that have no understanding of economics, right? You can do that, right? Or you can look at the literal economics professionals, okay? Like I'm sorry, who are you going to look for? Like what's going to be best for a car? Like at a mechanic or someone who has no idea how cars work, right? Obviously, you're going to go to a mechanic,
Who said
right?
the government was a mechanic? The government wants to take as much money away from the people as possible. I mean, and if they're gonna lie to you about it, and you're gonna accept that lie, just because they said it's fact.
These are economists.
Okay, what about the people that were the so-called science professionals and gave you misinformation?
Who?
Plenty of them. There was plenty of them during COVID.
Name one.
Fauci.
Of course, you named Fauci. Name one thing
Yeah.
Fauci said that was misinformation.
When he said that, first he said you didn't have to wear masks. Then he said you had to wear masks.
Not
And
true.
then,
Right, not
yeah,
true, not true. He didn't say you
yeah,
didn't
he
have to wear
did.
masks. He said it wouldn't be as relevant to wear masks if it is the case that you are
Yeah.
vaccinated. But as there were multiple
No,
different
no.
types of
When
variants,
COVID first
listen,
started,
he's just so
COVID first started,
as there were multiple different types of variants, there are different impacts of a virus on the population. So there are differing levels of efficacy that exist through the context of multiple different variants. For the original variants, not wearing a mask after being vaccinated was basically completely fine, right? There was really not much of an issue there. It still would reduce absolute risk to wear masks. It just was at a very small margin because of how effective the vaccination was with the first variant.
okay. So it went from wearing one mask to wearing two masks, though, right? Oh yeah, you don't remember that?
Did
Remember
you
when he
did
went in
you
front of the committee and was wearing two masks?
What did I just say, dude? As different variants, right, affected the population, there were going to be different things that occur. He didn't switch back on the same thing or the same claim. It's a claim about a different variant's impact on the population. If you're so dense you can't see that, I'm sorry, no level of me explaining it to you is going to make sense. Evan, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
It's common sense that he had an agenda.
What did
It's
I just
common
say?
sense.
Nonstop, what did I just say?
I heard what you just said.
What did I just
but
say?
it's
Tell me.
irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Tell me
and
what I just said. If you don't
it's
tell me what I just said,
irrelevant because
respectfully, if you don't
you're
tell me what I
okay-
just said,
you're
if you don't
okay-
tell me what I
you're
just said
okay
right
with
now,
him
I'm gonna go to the
changing
next
his-
person.
You're okay changing his policy, but
What did I just say?
only when it aligns with what you believe.
What did I just say?
I heard what you just said,
Tell
and
me.
I'm not going to repeat it because it's
Tell
not
me
going
what
to
I
be in the
just
same
said.
words as what you just said.
Okay, so I'm going to mute you until you answer the question, right?
Okay,
If you
so you
can't
said
tell me what I
basically on
just
the
said,
different
I will
variant- on the
repeat what I
different
just
variant-
said, but I need to make
what
sure that
you
you
said
know
was
what.
on the
Please
different
stop,
variant.
dude. I need to make sure you know what I just said so that we can have a productive flow in the conversation. If you don't listen to anything that I say, and I'm just having a conversation operating on me assuming that you listen to what I said, but you're not actually listening, there's no productive flow of the conversation. We're not moving anywhere, okay? So do you acknowledge what I said? If you don't acknowledge what I said, I can repeat, right?
Okay, I acknowledge what you said. You said based on the different variants that came out, it his position changed on mask, correct?
No, right? Based upon different variants, there's going to be different types of conclusions in relation to that variant. He didn't go back on original claims or change the claims that he made. It's applicable to different variants.
Okay, so it's applicable to different variants. Okay, so why at the end of his, you know, um, as long as he was in that position, he said that it probably was a mistake on some of the things that he did or decided to do, as far as like
Who?
social distancing and having kids out of school. Or actually,
Social distancing wasn't a bad thing. You would only say lockdowns.
actually
We've
he
seen.
made the claim that he
No,
never
we've only
told-
seen
told
no,
to
no,
shut
no.
down.
Completely false. The only thing that he said specifically and that we found more data on is that lockdowns increasingly have had negative impacts, right, on our social upbringing of our children, right, on people's mental health, right, on sewer slides, things like that. There were plenty of things that were negatively impacted due to the lockdowns, but social distancing, mask wearing, vaccinations, all were beneficial.
I mean, I disagree, and I have my own opinion on that based
You're
on,
objectively wrong.
Okay, I mean, you could think that, but
No,
what
it's
if
not
I'm
just what I think.
wrong?
You're
I mean,
objectively wrong.
it goes based off of your opinion that I'm wrong.
No, you're objectively wrong.
Okay, I mean, you could.
That's what the data indicates, not my
it.
opinion.
Yeah, it is your opinion.
Nope.
But anyways, based on that, and I will be voting for him because I believe that he's way better than Biden when it comes to being a president. As far as, people could walk into the White House right now with cocaine and they won't even be held liable for doing
You can't
that.
say
And
that
they
word,
could
by
leave
the
it
way.
there.
You can't say the drug that starts with the C.
I'm sorry.
I'm just letting
But
you know.
you could do that
It's
under his
TikTok to us.
administration. You could also, flash your if you're a man, you could flash your breasts that you got implanted on the White House lawn. If you got your breast taken out, you could flash them on the White House lawn. You also a report came out from the Daily Caller yesterday that the White House had to correct from January all the way to April. They had to correct
Jessica, thank you for the
148
$10.
mistakes that he
Thank you so
made.
much, Jessica.
They had to correct 140 mistakes that he made during answering questions, giving speeches, you know, and those are the only ones we know of that he made. What mistakes is he making behind closed doors that we don't even know of?
Are you just yapping, bro?
What
Like, I
else?
don't see how any of this is relative to what we were talking about.
Well, yeah, you're asking why I'm voting for Trump, and I'm giving you the reasons because he's a way
That
better
is not the
choice
question I
than
just
Biden.
asked you, but yeah, we can go and talk about it. So, what is the relevant difference amongst Trump and Biden insofar as that you want to vote for Trump? Because none of those seemed like reasons.
Oh, they don't seem like reasons to you. Okay. You know, his foreign policy, his trade agreements that
Name
Trump
one
made.
thing in specific.
The US Mexico American trade agreement.
Okay, I don't disagree with the USMCA. I think that would have happened likely regardless, but I'll give Trump credit where
Okay.
credit's due. Brooke Brown, thank you so much for the $25 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate it. W
the
Brooke
peace
in the comment
agreement-
section. Thank you so much, Brooke.
The peace agreements, he even made a trade agreement with China. That was
Wait, so he also
not
engaged in a trade war with China that specifically led to you got age restricted because you said the C drug. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are simply just looking for some debates, y'all. All right, it's not accepting this person. Let me try the next, y'all. We have like no guest requests, everyone. If you do disagree, if you will vote for Trump in 2024, send a guest request right now, y'all.
Hey,
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 30.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
No.
All right, I am just looking for people who disagree, but I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. Let's get to the next person real quick. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. All right, it's not accepting this person. Let me try the next, everyone. We have like almost no guest requests, so if you do send one right now, I likely will be able to get to you, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
29.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
I like his morals.
What about his morals? Him cheating on his wife, right? Him lying and willfully retaining documents. Him claiming that he sexually abused Eugene Carroll because he didn't sexually abuse her because she's quote unquote not his type, but then in a deposition mistaking Eugene Carroll for his ex-wife, indicating that he thinks that she's his type.
Everyone got, a little bit of mistakes, but what he's
Him saying to a 10-year-old that he would date her in 10 years. Him walking into a changing room of little girls saying that he would.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know that one. What are you
Yeah,
talking
he
about?
literally said to a 10-year-old that he would date her in 10 years. He also said that it was
He
okay.
said that?
Yeah, do you want me to show you the video?
Yeah, show me the video. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that's crazy.
Yep, I'm pulling up the videos. In 1992, here, 1 second, he predicted he would be dating a 10-year-old in 10 years old time.
Is
right?
Is this
Yeah.
well accepted information, or
Yeah, this is from 2016.
that's crazy?
Here, hold up. This is an ad here. But in the meantime, he also said that it was justified for him to walk into changing rooms of little girls in Miss Teen USA because he quote unquote owned the place.
What the hell, man?
Hear this.
This is crazy.
1992 from Entertainment Tonight, which is owned by CBS Television. In it, Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon, Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
That's fucking crazy.
Short video clip.
Yeah, like, so are you going to vote for him? And plus, he's been held liable for sexual abuse by a jury of his peers, right? And there's jury selection, so his his lawyers are the one that accepted the jury, right? And they still held him liable, right? He's been literally undermining our American democracy for the past few years, not accepting the results of the election, getting tens of millions of people to believe in election lies, that it was stolen, right? He incited insurrection at the Capitol, right? He particularly engaged in tax policy that reduced benefits for the middle class and reduced benefits for the lowest quintile and increased them for the highest quintile, the top 1% and the top 0.1%. He put multiple Supreme Court justices in office that overturned Roe versus Wade, that led to 13-year-olds in this country being forced to go through pregnancies, plus tens of millions of women being restricted to get access to abortion in this country. There are plenty of other things as well.
Yeah, I think all of those are like valid reasons to like definitely like reconsider. But you know, I feel like if we have to pick somebody, can you hear me? Everything went mute.
I can hear you. I just mute my microphone so that there's no feedback.
Okay, yeah. I think all those are valid reasons, and they're kind of, that's disgusting that he said that. I didn't know he said that, but some of the stuff that he does say, that's like what he stands for in relation to like the kids getting, you know, like treatment to switch their sex. I think that's like I think we need a president to like kind of draw.
Oh, no. So he's not just doing that. He's doing also hormone blockers, right? Or puberty blockers and hormone replacement therapy, which you could reduce this down to like him being against like kids getting access to ADHD medication or depression medication or anxiety medication, right? So if they're able to restrict.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. You're talking kind of fast.
Sorry.
You're saying you can reduce a sex change?
Yeah, like that. No, that view down. No, I'm not arguing that children should have access to be able to like get rid of their genitalia, right? I'm not advocating that, right? I'm advocating that he's also applying this to hormone blockers and hormone replacement therapy, which I don't see to be bad. And you could essentially reduce the view down to, again, if the doctor determines with the parents and whatnot, and the kid. So like I think that they should be able to access that similarly to the idea that kids with ADHD should get access to or have access to be able to get Adderall, right? Kids with anxiety or depression should be able to get anxiety or depression medication.
But dude, first of all, you're talking like Adderall and stuff like that. That like these are medications pushed by big pharma. I mean, they're not.
Big pharma's not great, right?
But we know that like ADHD is overprescribed.
Wait. Whether or not it's overprescribed, it's still important in certain scenarios, right?
Like very little.
No, I wouldn't say very little, right? You could say that there's an overprescription problem in the United States, but to say that like very little circumstances people actually need it, I think is wrong.
I mean, like Adderall is very close to like methamphetamine. It's like almost speed.
It's just an amphetamine. No, I wouldn't say. You could say at extreme. You could say at extreme levels, but not at the levels in which we we see people taking it in terms of Adderall.
That's crazy because I got prescribed from my first visit once, like a 70 milligram because I thought I needed it. And dude, I was cracked out for like a month and a half. I lost so much weight and it was like,
I'm sorry to hear that. I think different drugs can have a different effect on different people.
Well, like in general,
in 70, wait.
Go ahead.
In 70?
70 Vyvanse, yeah.
Is that extremely high?
Yeah.
That's not likely to be given.
It was given.
Yeah, that's like incredibly high, isn't it? I heard 40 milligrams is what? Yeah, wait, 70? That's crazy, bro. I didn't think about that for a second, bro.
Yeah, it's actually really crazy. That's why I'm like kind of strong against it because I feel like
that's not likely to happen, right? So the particular dose you were given is literally not likely.
Yeah, it almost killed me, man. It was crazy. So I mean, we got really off topic. What I'm trying to say is that like
people are saying I'm on 70 highest dose.
For him,
so you took the highest dose.
Yeah, dude, I got on the highest dose. It was crazy.
Okay, so like obviously if someone who this is not applicable to is put on the highest dose, obviously there's going to be negative impacts. Right, we're talking about people who particularly would like have reason, and obviously it's going to be within reason as it's going to relate to the doctor. Like, do you think that like?
Do you know how they prescribe it though? Like,
and by the way, this isn't only for children. He's also applying this to adults.
But like, so we don't go like off topic. Like, do you know how they prescribe that medication? It's just a screening process. It's just you get.
Yeah, they have a screening process with doctors and with parents and stuff involved.
Yeah, you're not like medically like there's no chemical in your brain that shows that you're ADHD. It's just do you have this? Do you get
and wait. So do you think kids shouldn't be able to get access to ADHD medication?
No. Yeah, I don't think that.
What about anxiety? What about depression?
Anxiety, yeah, depression and stuff maybe a little different, but like ADHD.
Wait. Why? Is it based upon the evidence? Well, the evidence indicates the Adderall is effective for children that have ADHD.
The evidence what I'm saying is that it like the long-term effects of ADHD medicine is actually really bad for you.
Yeah, again, if you're only taking into account those things, there are also long-term implications of plenty of other things, that people take, where obviously costs. That's what the doctor does. Now, why should this be specifically up to the government rather than the doctors here?
I think because the doctors are incentivized to just push out medications. Like they're incentivized to sell.
Well, then you can regulate it to a particular degree. It doesn't have to be the case that you only. Well, actually, no. Then take into account doctors' recommendations for these types of things. What do the doctors recommend? On majority, like in consensus.
Dude, doctors just write prescriptions. Like they're not like hesitant to just give you a prescription. And
they are. They don't just write prescriptions for no reason all the time, right? There can be certain doctors that do certain things like that, but that's not necessarily a good practice, right? And that can definitely have criticisms.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like anybody.
There's also risks involved, because if you have risks associated with certain things, right, the person who prescribes you things can be held liable in certain scenarios, right? Or if there's a doctor engaging in a particular type of behavior, right, that could lead to negative impacts, they could be held accountable or fined. Right, so they have incentives not to do those things.
Yeah, but dude, money runs the world. So if they're getting paid a commission by selling like a certain type of medication, they're gonna be you can't trust doctors to the point to where you're prescribing kids some long-term effect, like the long-term effects and impact on a kid's brain.
Well, have you even looked at the effects?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, wait. So can there be effects of anxiety, depression? Medication long term?
Anxiety medication, I haven't looked into that, but I have looked into
So there can be for any of these types of medications that you still think people should have access to it. When I was younger, when I was 16 years old, should I have access to Accutane? I took Accutane when I was younger.
Dude,
those can have negative impacts long term.
Yeah.
Mario, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
Accutane's a hard drug.
Yeah, do you think I should have had the ability to get access to it? Right, through the context of my dermatologist, right, the doctor, right, and my parents.
Accutane what are the long-term effects of Accutane? Can you tell me?
I'm not going to be able to describe all of them. I'm just saying that there are certain ones.
Well, like in a scenario where it's like, let's say like in 5 years, like you're going to have like a 50% risk of cancer. Yeah, I would say.
No, I don't have a 50% risk.
I'm giving you an example.
No, they wouldn't prescribe it. They wouldn't have prescribed it to me if there was a 50% risk of cancer.
Dude, you know how many times they've banned drugs that they've prescribed because of like very like new research?
So then you would argue that they are banning them. So once we see that there is reason to believe it's negative, right? Then you ban them. You're saying yeah. So if you have reason to believe it's super negative for people, then we'll ban it. But you have no reason to believe that it's super negative.
It's a new drug. How are you gonna know right away?
Wait. So again, can you give me any evidence that it's negatively impactful, right? All things considered.
You just said it's long-term. It has negative impacts.
Wait, again, but if we talk about risk-benefit analysis, there are long-term impacts to plenty of behaviors, right? But there's a greater amount of long-term impacts from not doing it that we would probably see.
I mean, the topic really steered off. Like I like, for example,
yeah, you're the one who steered it off. We can talk about Trump. Let's go back. Do you think Trump won the 2020 election?
I'm down with the drugs, but I'm just saying, like, for example, I'm more passionate and more like I'll argue and stand on the pole for, like, let's say hormone blockers or like a sex change, like early on, like that's.
I'm not arguing for gender reassignment surgery amongst kids that are literally below 18. I'm not arguing that.
Okay, so what about hormone blockers?
Yeah. If they determine that's best with the doctor, right? Then yes, I think that as a 16-year-old, they should be able to get access to it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, dude,
similarly to Accutane, similarly to ADHD or anxiety medication.
What about testosterone?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so perfect. All right, I got you on this one. All right, so
that's literally what it's associated with hormone replacement therapy.
Because testosterone is literally, like, I've seen there's so many like transgenders that have came back and said, like, I can never go. Transgender people that have came out and have said, like, okay, like because I took this amount of testosterone, like my whole structure is different. Like there's things that they can never reverse.
Oh, I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that there are certain things that people can get negatively impacted over as it relates to taking these particular types of medications.
So why
right?
is
But
it
what
wrong?
we're doing is we're doing a cost benefit analysis. Of course, there's going to be negative
But why
impacts,
is it wrong?
But
Then
that
why
is
is it-
seen in an extreme minority of individuals or extreme minority of cases, right? And in most circumstances, as it relates to these certain things, they're
You're saying-
reversible, right?
You're saying extreme, like it's something so random. If there's as a teen, someone that's below 18, and and she is a girl that wants to get on testosterone, there's a big probability that they are gonna regret that later on.
Wait, what's the probability?
You want me to Google it for you?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
less than 1%.
No, it's not less than 1%.
Okay, look it up.
Okay.
Give it a second, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes. If you want to help me out, everyone, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Plus, you can go to the Linktree and find it that way. As well, if you want to follow me, make sure to do so if you have not already, everyone. Following helps push it out. Commenting in the comment section helps pushing it out. And tapping that screen does as well. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, give it a second, everyone. While you look it up, do you want me to talk to someone else?
No, I mean, we can continue talking. I'm fine.
I just
But,
got age restricted, bro. Come on, bro. What did I just get age restricted for? Come on.
Yeah, dude,
That's
I'm
so
old, bro.
annoying.
But that's so annoying. I feel for you, man.
No, that
I
means
watched-
that means my live can't send out now, so I'll have to restart, which means it probably won't send out after this because this is so frustrating. TikTok doing this. Oh my god, I'm so fucking annoyed. It's chat. It's because people use the words to refer to drugs, and like there's no way I can tell them not to do it. It's super annoying. I don't know what to do. It's so
No,
annoying. TikTok
I'll
just
avoid-
fucking sucks, dude. It's so shit.
I'll avoid using that word then.
No, there's nothing that can change it now. You already said. I mean, people already said it. I'm not like blaming you or anything. I'm just saying TikTok sucks.
Golly. So, on a quick Google search, it looks like 1%. It looks like it's saying 1%, but I mean, do these?
So that's
these
not a high
studies-
percentage, right? There's
Yeah.
higher percentage for knee surgery, for regret rates. Yet you don't think people shouldn't have access to knee surgeries?
But I just feel that like because this is such a new thing that's happened, like time really hasn't passed on that long. Like how long is this? The statistics can really change like over a long period of time. It hasn't really got to develop.
Then give me any evidence. It's not new, right? Because I mean, we've had this around for a while. And again, give me any evidence that it's negative.
The negative is that, I mean, dude, there's really not that much evidence that it's positive either.
Wait, I can actually point to stuff like that, but you're shifting the burden.
Oh yeah, exactly. I am shifting the burden.
Yeah, don't shift the burden, right? You're the one
Because
making the
you're-
claim. Wait,
I'm
you said
making
it's
the-
negative, but you can't provide any of the claims
I'm
that
just
demonstrate that?
I'm making the claim that someone that's below the age of 18 cannot make life-altering decisions.
Okay, so I can't get knee surgery when I'm 16.
That's so different, bro.
Wait, that's a life-altering decision.
A knee surgery for what? Like you got your knees decapitated or something?
If something happened to my knees and I need to get surgery.
Then that's fine. You have to fix
Wait,
it.
how is that fun? That's life-altering, right? Plenty of people regret knee surgeries, actually at a significantly higher rate than people who regret anything related to hormone replacement therapy.
There's no statistics that are gonna span that long. Like
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure it's way higher than 1%. Just the statistics aren't gonna show that right now. You know.
Okay, well then tell me when they do.
Well, yeah. Well, let's move the topic. Well, if let's say Trump is freaking banning a lot of these like big pharma is like very. It needs to be regulated at a high degree. Like I don't know why you would disagree with that.
Sorry, wait, say that one more time.
Do you think big pharma needs to be regulated at a high degree?
Yeah, that's why I believe in universal healthcare.
Okay, so
why do you want to give them more power by not having universal healthcare?
Give people more power by say that again? I just read a statistic that's saying it's around 20% now. But go
What
ahead.
is around 20%?
The regret.
Give me any evidence.
I'm just going to
You
Google
just
it.
bullshitted off the top of your head.
No, I swear I read it.
Yeah, I swear I read it. Trust me, bro.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But whatever the case.
That's literally what you just said, unironically.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I agreed, buddy. But whatever the case is, that big pharma needs to be regulated, giving hormone therapy to people that are hormone blockers and all this.
Wait, should a 16-year-old who got raped
Dude,
right
Adderall-
have access to an abortion?
Adderall is such a hard.
Wait, a 16-year-old who gets raped, should they get access to an abortion? Should they have access to it?
This is a hard right turn right now, dude. We're talking about.
No, it's relevant. It's completely relevant.
How is
Because
it
that's a
relevant?
life-altering decision, is it not?
No, it's not really that. No, it's not.
Okay, you saying whether or not someone gets an abortion at 16 is not a life-altering decision is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, but come on. Be so fucking for real, bro.
Dude, okay, all right. It's life altering, but I feel like we need to stay on topic. We're jumping from thing to
This
thing.
is on topic. Completely on topic.
Okay, why don't we just stick with Adderall? You think?
Again,
So-
I was just demonstrating that, like, again, you think that kids should be able to do things even if it's life-altering.
I'm thinking that where Trump is standing on, when it comes to the sex, line that needs to be drawn.
I don't know what you're specifically referencing. I just told you already that I am not okay with under 18 having like sex reassignment surgery, but I am okay with it as it relates to the context of hormone blockers and as it
But I
relates to
don't
the context
understand.
of.
Okay, can you explain to me how you're not okay with a sex change, but you're okay with hormone blockers?
Yeah, significantly greater amounts of irreversible side effects. Significantly greater.
Okay, so you're saying that if they want to reverse it, they can possibly reverse it.
Oh yeah. So HRT and hormone blockers have significantly greater levels of reversals.
So our stance isn't really that different.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't think this is a view you should vote for Trump on. Like literally, I don't see why this would be like something you should be like, oh, I'm gonna vote for a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier, right? Person who's restricting women's access to abortion, person who's taking money from poor people, giving it to rich in their tax policy, all because of this, right? That doesn't seem to be a good reason at all.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up some pretty crazy things I didn't know that Trump said, but I mean, for the things that I do really I am passionate about is protecting our youth. I mean, that's the future of America.
Yeah. So when he says that he'll date a 10-year-old in 10 years, do you think you need to protect the youth by stepping in that
That's-
circumstance?
Well, yeah, that's definitely bad. I definitely agree with you, man. I'm not a psychopath. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, so which is clearer, like predatory vibes, right? Him literally saying that about a 10-year-old, or like
Yeah,
this
man,
this
this is
claim
crazy.
that isn't even related to Biden, really. I mean, like, I don't even know what Biden's view is on this.
Well, that's the point, that you don't know his view, because you want someone that's outspoken, someone that's really drawing a line in the sand. That's why I like Trump. Like, he's a good leader in that sense.
Yeah, but he lies all the time, so it's not like he's truthful. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
okay,
so
bro.
he draws a
What
line in the sand, but his
what
line that he
president
draws in the
hasn't
sand is
lied?
bad.
What president has not lied? This is what politics is. They're just
No,
lying.
but he lies in things that would be considerably bad for us. That's what I would argue.
So what has he lied about that's considerably bad for us?
Yeah, the election, right? He's lied about
How
the
is
fact that he
but
sexually abused
he's not
Eugene
lying
Carroll.
about that. He's not lying about the election.
He did.
What he believes.
He said he still claims he won.
Yeah, exactly. That's not lying.
Yeah, that's lying.
He's saying his truth.
No, that's not his truth. There's no sufficient evidence indicating that. He's saying there's sufficient evidence to overturn the election. There's not, right? And he knows there's not, right? He's literally just saying that because he has fucking nothing to rely upon, and it rallies up his base.
Well, like, for example, like, did you like Vivek?
No. But dude, I'm gonna restart here in a second, man. If you want to come back and like be the first person I add on, you can do that if you'd like.
Okay. Sure.
For sure, man. All right, everyone. I'm gonna restart the live real quick because we have like no algorithm push since the live restriction. I will be right back, everyone. So only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. I'll be right back, everyone, doing this topic. Give me 1 second, everyone. Follow me if you haven't already, everyone. Follow me real quick. I'll be right back, everyone. I'll be right back. Come right back to this live, everyone. I'll see you in a second.